Good morning, Murder Church. It's Sunday morning. Welcome in, welcome in. Still a little bit early here. Earlier than normal even popped in. Still a little late. Welcome in, hit the like, give it a share on the old X machine, on any Discords, on any socials. I'd appreciate it. Get the word out about Murder Church. Let's go into another episode of the Charlie Adelson trial. We're going to finish Sergeant Christopher Corbett's testimony this morning, and we'll see where we end up from there. And we're going to keep on trucking. We'll be hanging for a few hours. Come hang out.
Let's rock.
Let's rock. What's up, everybody? Welcome in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have made it to another episode of Murder Church, which means we've made it through another week. Pretty cool stuff. Appreciate everyone for joining us from show to show, and especially as we continue to truck through the different trials here on Murder Church. We're on season 6 currently, Charlie Adelson, which is trucking and going by fairly quickly. Anything will be fairly quickly compared to Phil Spector's trial, which took us over a year to get through. So we're still, honestly, this is going to be done, and I would imagine we're about to go into October. I'd say about November this will be done. So we'll have to be checking and finding out and figuring out another one. But yeah, all the fine people coming through here this morning, I really appreciate it. Coming through early for me. Let's see if this is working. BGOG in the house, Amanda Calendar in the house, Pammy in the house, Leia in the house, hell yeah. Boom, Vexitus in the house here. Shiraz, what's going on? Love to see all the fine folks. Hallelujah, here in the Murder Church. But yeah, we haven't got much left. We've got a little less than an hour left, and we're watching at 1.5 speed on this as well, so that's even helping us out move a little bit quicker. And we'll see where we go from there. We do have a wheel in action, per the usual. I got a lot of stuff sent out last week. I've actually got the wheel pretty much caught up. I think Simi's the only one that I'm lacking, and I have her address now, and I just got to get that done this week. But besides that, let's see. I think we've got a few names on this new wheel. Let me find her. Yeah, we got 2 names on the new wheel. We started out well on the wheel with Susan and Persephone. So we'll see if that continues to add up today. We'll see if we'll get a wheel going. A couple of cool things today on the second channel on Wrestle Plunge. I've got a new video dropping at 4:45 Eastern. So I'll be asking all of you guys to please go check that out. Give it a like, give it a comment, give it some hype. Help that get into the old algorithm for the correct eyes in the wrestling community. And that you guys have helped me out tremendously every single time since. I've started doing that, and we will give away another t-shirt for all the fine folks that do come through on that video and I see a comment. Also tonight at 6, I'll be live on the Wrestle Plunge channel for another episode of Classic Memphis Wrestling from 1989. I do that every week, and we have a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, before we do all of that, we've got to get through Murder Church, folks. Let's do it. Let me get the sound set up here. Boom.
That morning through text messages, could you tell that there was an issue between Wendy Adelson and Professor Markel regarding some swimming and the boys?
Yes.
Morning, Shayla, get in here.
Do you know if Charlie Adelson and Wendy Adelson were talking about that?
I do not.
Do you know if Charlie Adelson and Wendy Adelson were talking about the fight that he had with Katie Magdanoa the day before?
I do not.
Oh yeah, Sheila giving it a share. I appreciate the shit out of that, Sheila. Thank you very much. Helps us out here. Anything that could possibly spread the word on the X machine. Appreciate that, guys.
And with all of these calls on the 18th, you have no idea what they're discussing on the phones, correct?
Correct. We don't have any recordings of those, so we don't know what was said during those communications.
By the way, there's several back-to-back calls in here between Charlie Adelson and Catherine Magdanoa. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And the calls are pretty short in duration, and then there's a longer one?
Yes.
Are you aware that there's cell site issues on the turnpike going to Jupiter?
I'm not.
And just so everyone's clear, when you did these graphs, in parentheses is the length of time of the call, correct?
That's correct.
So if there's a call for instance, 11 seconds, it's probably not a connection, right? Voice to voice.
It could possibly be, but more likely not. Yes.
Now, you have a call between Catherine Magbanua and Charlie Adelson at 10:07 a.m.
Yes.
Looking at the text messages around that period of time, in the text messages, are there discussions about
Brooklyn.
dinner that night?
I don't recall.
Do you recall discussions about Charlie getting dinner with a friend?
There was a conversation about that. Yes.
And do you recall discussions back and forth about whether he would get dinner with the friend or whether he would get dinner with Catherine Magbanua?
I believe so. Yes.
And it was a bit of an exchange back and forth, correct?
I remember several messages about dinner and timing, if I recall.
Hurt my thumb
I want to
somehow.
move on to
Sleep.
Wendy Adelson's
What the
travel
fuck
on
I
the
did?
18th and cell site locations, okay? And what I'd like to do, well, let's try it just verbally, but I want to do it carefully, okay? If you look at your timeline, the first document you have, and maybe you can pull it up actually, is that ABC Fine Wine and Spirits receipt.
Yes.
Okay, and I want to be I'm particularly looking at times, okay?
Yes.
Times are important in this case, all right? So on that receipt, we see that Wendy Adelson bought the liquor and paid for it at 12:49 p.m. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Now, if you can go to, I think it's the next page, but let's see. Perfect. You'll see that Wendy Adelson is nowhere near Trescott at 12:30, right?
Well, depending on what you mean by nowhere near,
Let me ask you this. She's here at 12:30, right?
her handset's communicating with the cell site there. So
And Trescott's all the way down here, and there her handset is communicating with another cell site, correct?
that's correct.
And you certainly would agree you can't see Professor Martel's house from here, correct?
I would not exclude his residence for possibly being serviced by that cell site. We actually see that Mr. Rivera's handset, also AT&T, communicates with that
You
cell
are
site.
blessed, Brooklyn. Woo! You are a blessed individual. Let me get the holy water out.
When he was there.
So your testimony is that Wendy Adelson isn't here?
No, I would certainly not say she's at that definitive point. That's the location of the cell site that her handset is communicating with, and as we know, the cell sites have a relative coverage area, so that's not saying that she is specifically at that point.
Do you know how far the house is from ABC Liquor?
The house is very close to ABC Liquor.
Like 2 minutes away, right?
Yes.
So is it fair to say that, let's say it took her 10 minutes to buy the alcohol that she knew what she was getting, and 2 minutes away, well, let me ask you. 12:47 is how many minutes after 12:30?
17.
Now, you recall a call at 12:30, the only call, the first call, between Catherine Magbanua and Sigfredo Garcia? It's an
Yes.
important call in this case.
Yes, sir.
And that call happens at 12:30, correct?
Yes, sir.
12:30 is before Wendy Adelson is pinging on this cell site, right?
That's correct.
And again, you say Wendy Adelson, that cell site could be picked up from over here, right?
It could, yes.
But it could also be picked up by where the cell site is, right?
That's correct.
Do you know if there are other cell sites closer in this area?
There are not between those two, no.
There are.
No, sir.
This is the closest cell site to Professor Martel's house?
No, it's not the closest cell site. There are, between the two cell sites that you're referencing there are no other cell sites between those two.
Let me rephrase the question. I wasn't precise. There are closer cell sites to Professor Martel's house than this cell site here, correct?
That's correct.
Now, throughout the afternoon of July 18th, there are very few text messages between Charlie Adelson and anyone else, right?
I don't recall how many there are.
Do you recall that people were texting him and when he's getting back, he's saying, I'm in a lot of surgeries? I got a lot of surgeries that day?
Again, I don't recall the specifics of each message.
Do you recall, though, that there are several text messages between him and his friend Mike about dinner that night, and there's one text message between him and Katie confirming that he is going to go to dinner with her that night?
I believe that's correct.
By the way, the text messages between Charlie and anyone that day, nothing out of the ordinary, right?
Nothing that I recall, no.
Nothing that you thought were important enough during the day. I'm not talking about the night. Nothing that you thought was important enough to put on your PowerPoint, right?
Correct.
Do you recall there being one phone call with Katie in the afternoon?
Afternoon of the 18th?
The 18th, I believe it was at, give or take, 1:24 p.m.
I believe that's correct. If you no longer need this, I can bring it down and confirm.
Let me turn this off. And that call occurred after a text message where she said that her phone was dying?
I don't recall that specific message, but
Do you recall her texting him about asking him how work was?
yes,
And do you recall that he didn't get back to her for a while?
correct.
And do you recall that there's text messages indicating that he worked late that evening?
Yes, he indicates that he was just finishing work around 8:20, 8:23.
Now, at some point, he gets a text message from his mother, correct?
Yes,
And that is after Wendy Adelson has called Donna Adelson from the police station?
I believe so, yes.
And do you recall what the text message said?
Call us as soon as possible, ASAP.
And after that, did you see a phone call where he communicated with Donna Adelson? Had a call with Donna Adelson?
There is an outgoing call at 8:29, 7:13. So yes, there are calls between them, yes.
And there's one call that lasts a little bit longer?
Yes, there's a 6-minute and 31-second call. There's a 5-minute and 47-second call.
Okay. And after that call, are there text messages where he's telling people that he doesn't feel good? I think you showed them.
Yes,
And there's a call after that point to Katie. Is that fair to say?
there is, yes.
Okay. Now, you talked about a couple. Katie texts him at 6:01 p.m. before he's spoken to his mom, right? It's on one of your sheets. I'll show you.
Yes, there's a couple of texts before then.
Okay. And those texts are about work, right?
Correct.
Including at 6:01, before he's heard from his mom, he's about to start a big case.
Correct.
He's doing surgery.
I would assume so, yes.
And at 8:23, he texts her back.
Yes, Simmy.
He's at work, and he texts her back, and he says, "Just finishing. I'm not really
Morning.
feeling good. Maybe we can just hang out at my house."
Correct.
And that would be consistent that text was after he heard whatever he heard from Donna Adelson, correct?
Correct.
Now, what you see on your map of Katie's whereabouts then is that she's a little bit all over the place, right? Meaning her phone is a little bit all over the place. It's traveling,
Yes.
and it's going to different locations.
I believe that for the period of time we're talking, her handset is consistent with leaving her residence and traveling to Mr. Rivera's residence.
Do you know if her handset went to her friend Yindra's residence, where she was hoping to get a babysitter last minute?
Certainly. So there was calls, communications with Yendra, and her residence is on the way to Mr. Rivera's. So there was certainly an opportunity for her to be able to stop.
And on those calls, or through your investigation, you learned that Catherine McBanner was in a pinch because she didn't have a babysitter, right?
I believe that's correct.
And so she was scrambling to find someone who could watch her kids.
Yes.
And she needed a babysitter because she needed to go that evening to Charlie Adelson's residence, right?
I don't know if she needed to go, but it appeared to be the plan.
Well, there wasn't really Rich on. Now, you have a chart where you show Charlie Adelson leaving Jupiter. I know their estimations, but he's driving south at around 9:19 p.m.
That's correct.
Okay, and Jupiter was where he was working that day.
I
Could you
believe so,
tell?
yes.
And you have him arriving at his house at approximately 9:40 p.m. Give or take.
Yes, I believe that's the first event with location that would be consistent with this house.
And through your investigation, you know where he lives, right?
Yes.
You know that he lives in an area that is a stone's throw from the turnpike, right?
Correct.
Like, I mean, when I say a stone's throw from the turnpike, you can literally throw a stone and hit the turnpike, right?
Yes.
And you understand that when you're going to Tallahassee from Miami, the most direct route, you like routes, I know that. The most direct route is to take the turnpike, right?
It would be yes.
And you know at that point in time, Donna and Harvey Adelson were living in Miami part-time.
Yes.
So I want to take you to these text messages between Donna and Charlie. Do you have them in front of you?
I will in just a second.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So at 8:59 p.m., Donna says outside your house.
Correct.
Now you don't know from that text whether she's actually at his house or on the turnpike outside his house, right?
From that text message alone, no.
Okay. And no SunPass records were ever taken to show her actually getting off the turnpike to go to his house, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
And I can't get those records today, right?
Again, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Now, that text outside your house is at 8:59 p.m. How many minutes later does Charlie Adelson respond to Donna?
About 20 minutes.
So his text back is 20 minutes later, right?
Yes.
So now you're at, my math is not good, but you're at 9:19 p.m., right?
Correct.
And what does he say in his response?
10 minutes.
And you take that to mean that he's still 10 minutes away, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, by the text messages, you know that Donna and Harvey Adelson arrived in Orlando at around 1:11 a.m., correct?
I believe that's correct.
Did you do that same analysis that you did with Wendy's route as to whether they could have gotten to Orlando at that time had they waited at Charlie's house for 30 minutes and then dropped off money and done whatever else the state says that they did with him?
In looking at their cell site locations very briefly, it is consistent with them traveling at least by his residence and not knowing how long or how lengthy of a stop it would have been with the cell sites and the general locations. I certainly could not exclude them having stopped. If it were 5 minutes, then it doesn't make that drive. Obviously, they did reach Orlando when they did. 5 minutes, one way or the other, I could not deduce that from the cell site records.
But it's not 5 minutes. It's 20 minutes plus 10 minutes
Correct.
plus whatever amount of time they would have stopped.
Correct.
Your testimony is that if they left Charlie Adelson's house at 9:30, they only stopped for 1 minute. Your testimony is that they could have made it to Orlando by 1:11?
I did not analyze the amount of time, the travel for that. I certainly can. And again, not by communication, but by cell site location. I certainly could.
The cell site location doesn't show them at Charlie's house, right?
No,
By the way, do you remember what the weather was like that day?
I do not.
Let's go to July 19th. Now, you did some analysis regarding the money drop and who was at different locations during the money drop, right?
Yes,
Charlie Adelson was nowhere near that location, right?
that's correct.
In fact, during your investigation, you can see that Charlie Adelson didn't leave his house for 24 hours, almost 24 hours, right?
I believe that's correct.
By the way, during your investigation, you can see text messages where people were trying to go out with Charlie that day, right?
I believe so, yes.
And he was refusing, right?
Correct.
He was telling people that he was taking naps and didn't feel well. Do you remember that?
Yes.
By the way, during your investigation, are you aware that within 3 weeks, Charlie Adelson spent $3,000 of his money buying camera equipment for his house?
I'm not aware of that.
Did you see that in the text messages?
I don't recall that.
You don't recall that in the text messages? Anywhere in the text messages?
I don't.
Okay. Now, you brought up a series of text messages between Charlie and Catherine McDaniel the next day regarding the weather outside.
Correct.
You have no context for those text messages, right? You don't know what those text messages are about, right?
Only by their content.
Now, the government put in a whole host of text messages through you, right?
Yes.
Do you recall text messages between Charlie and his mom when they were leaving Tallahassee
On which day?
on the 21st?
I believe so, yes.
Do you recall what those text messages said?
I do not. Again, I can certainly look at them.
Can you look at text messages on 7/21 at around 12 o'clock p.m.? And then again at 12:18 p.m.?
It's a pasty motherfucker. Old Charles. Old Charlie. Prison Charlie.
I'm sorry, on the 21st?
Yes. Would you like me to approach with them? Would that help you?
You can, I'll confirm.
Yo, Rashi's putting together the puzzle pieces, guys.
Are you
I don't
referring to
know
the
what
we
you
all do,
guys
we
are
just have to be
seeing.
strong?
That's on the
We got an innocent man here.
at 12:18,
Yes.
and then at 12,
Yes.
and then this one right there.
Yes.
Did Charlie Adelson indicate to his mom in these text messages his feelings about what had happened?
There's a message that says, I feel so bad for them.
Did Donna Adelson respond to Charlie about how the family had to be in response?
She did.
Did she say what Wendy needed?
Her message is that we just have to be strong and supportive. They need family right now. Just get in car now.
Just what?
Got in car now.
Those text messages weren't in your PowerPoint, right?
They were not.
Now, there are a bunch of texts that were included after July 18 between Charlie and Katie showing that they had a nice relationship. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Do you have any idea the context of any of those texts, why Charlie was being nice to Katie?
I only have the content of the messages themselves.
Fair enough. The state also showed you a bunch of texts related to Wendy Adelson's divorce. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And during those texts, you can see that Donna Adelson in particular is upset.
Yes.
At least that's what the messages say.
Correct.
Are most of the messages initiated by Donna Adelson or Charlie Adelson?
I believe most by Donna.
There's a text on March 4th, 2014 in your PowerPoint where Donna says 37 miles to Gainesville. I can't talk now, but I'll text you before we stop in Gainesville where I can go to the bathroom and have a moment of privacy. Then I'll call you. Please pick up because I have very limited alone time today. Erase this text after you read it. First of all, did Charlie Adelson erase the text?
Most of his text messages, that's difficult to determine from the iCloud return, whether they've been deleted or not.
This text you can tell was not deleted, correct?
I would have to review that real quick.
Yeah, Jay with the share. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man. Get it out there to some folks.
I'll move on. It's okay. Are you aware that Donna Adelson was with Harvey Adelson on their way to back from Tallahassee?
I would deduce that based on the content of the messages.
Okay. And are you aware that they were throwing a surprise party for Harvey Adelson?
I know they were throwing a party.
Well, have you seen the invitation in your investigation where it's a surprise party?
I have not.
Could this text be about the surprise party?
It could. Sorry.
Please wait for the objection to be ruled on, Sergeant.
Apologies.
Well, the next text, we don't have to speculate. Donna says, we'll stop in 5 minutes and I can speak to you privately about Dad's birthday gift when I'm out of the car. Who would be in the car with Donna?
Harvey.
And by the way, this is 1 month or so
The gift
before
that
the
you're given is murder. That's love.
text we talked about earlier where Charlie's getting a caterer for paella for the birthday.
I believe so, yes.
Gift that keeps on giving. Murder. Murder.
And by the way, that text regarding the caterer, that's on June 6th, correct?
I believe so, yes.
In your PowerPoint, you don't have that text, but you have a text on June 7th, the very next day.
Yes.
And Charlie says, have fun still working on Dad's birthday present.
Correct.
That's 1 day after he talked to his mom about the caterer, correct?
Yes.
There's no mention about a murder on this text, right?
That's correct.
There's no mention the day before about a murder, right?
That's correct.
There's mention about a caterer the day before.
There is.
I have 1 moment, Your Honor, to set this up.
Take your time.
So,
The judge had objected to showing the jury.
oh, sorry.
We'll shut that down.
So, you've gone through all the call records that you provided in this case, right?
At some point, yes.
Okay. And so you're familiar with patterns of calls on days other than the days that you provided in your PowerPoint, correct?
Yes.
Judge, I move in demonstrative exhibit B at this point in time.
Any objection from the state?
Yes, sir. I think that the witness would need to be able to say that this is accurate compared to the records in the case.
Mr. Rashbaum, please show the exhibit to the witness so that way he can verify the accuracy.
Just give me a second. Okay. If this was the document provided previously, I've had a very limited amount of time to look at it. There are some things, I made a few notes. There are some inconsistencies with it that I could probably talk about some of, but I have not had a chance to review the entire thing, and it would take some time.
Judge, may we go sidebar?
You may.
I didn't see that one. He hurt his big toe? Was he complaining like on a leaked call or something? Where did you see that? Last time we saw, she must have been let back in. The judge kicked out Dan's mom because her cell phone went off. It was freaking hilarious.
Use demonstrative. Any additional issues as to the accuracy of any one graph we'll address separately. Go ahead.
Okay. So you looked at call records for May 2nd, 2014?
Yes.
And this was a non-event day, right?
I don't know.
Not an event that you were told by the state to look at, right?
Correct.
And it's one of the first days of records that we have in this case, right?
Correct.
And these are the subjects that you were looking at for the event days that you looked at with the state, right?
Yes.
And you have a call from Charlie to Katie at 12 in the morning that day, right? 16-minute call?
That's correct.
And you have another call at 12:19 for 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Correct.
Pretty much directly after each other, right?
Yes.
And then you have a call between Katie and Sigfredo Garcia at 6:42 in the morning for 36 minutes.
That's correct.
And then you have a call at 7:18 in the morning between Katie and Sigfredo, right?
Yes.
And then you have a call between Katie and Sigfredo at 8:36 in the morning, right?
No. That's actually,
I'll move on from that one.
it's a text
Witness
message.
isn't permitted to explain. Go ahead,
Fair
sir.
enough.
That is a text message from her records that's recorded in Central Time. So
Fair enough. Text message, not a call.
at 9:36. Yes.
Okay. Then you have a call from Harvey to Donna at 8:52 in the morning.
That's correct.
Then you have a call from Donna to Harvey at 9:10 in the morning.
Yes.
Then you have a call from Charlie to Donna at 9:25 in the morning.
Yes.
Then you have Katie calls Sigfredo 3 times, 9:32 to 9:34 a.m.
Yes.
Then Charlie calls Katie, 9:34 a.m.
Yes.
Then Charlie calls Donna, 9:35 a.m.
Correct.
Then Katie texts Sigfredo, 9:36 a.m.
Correct.
Then Katie calls Charlie twice.
I don't show both of those calls, but there's at least one. Yes.
Please move on.
Then Charlie calls Katie twice.
I show one at 9:40, a return call at 9:43. Yes, there is the outgoing at 9:44. Yes.
Oops. Then Charlie texts Katie at 10:19.
I believe that's correct. Yes.
Katie texts Charlie at 10:42.
I believe that's correct.
Harvey calls Donna at 11:04.
That's correct.
Donna texts Harvey 3 times between 12:29 and 1:23.
That's correct.
Donna calls Harvey at 1:27.
Correct.
Sigfredo calls Katie at 1:45.
I do not show that call.
I'll move on. Harvey calls Donna at 3:20.
At 1:53.
Yes.
Yes, at
I'm
1:53.
sorry. At 1:53. I apologize. Wendy texts Charlie at 2:33.
Yes.
And this goes on, right? You've seen this exhibit?
Yes.
Sigfredo calls Katie twice at 11:51 and 12:29 in the morning.
All right, I'm gonna watch some of this actually. Simi sent it to me in my email, which I appreciate. Simi, thank you. It's from, at least this is who she shared it with. Spill the crime tea. Get him. Look at him. Hold on. Let me fix the sound. We'll call this the big toe.
Excuse me.
That was really fucking stupid. Bring your lieutenant over. I'll tell him how fucking stupid you are.
Okay.
You don't know what stupid is? You're
on-
fucking stupid.
He's on the way, sir.
What a good guy. What a decent guy. There is no sound right now, just so you guys know. There we go.
168 to
Oh, yeah.
Lieutenant Williams.
Really fucking stupid.
Sorry.
Really stupid. You open the hatch. Someone's standing here barefoot and you slam the door into their toe.
Can you 56 Foxtrot too?
She's like, fuck right off, buddy.
Really fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
Congratulations. Open a hatch.
You can see how he probably talked to people in his real life, and this is the only time he's actually going to get to do this is right now. Yeah. Actually, like the second comment under here that I read was the best. He called her stupid, but he is the one in prison for life, and she gets to go home at the end of her shift. Who is truly stupid, bro?
So,
Excuse me.
that was really fucking stupid. Bring your lieutenant over, I'll tell him how fucking stupid you are.
Okay.
You don't know what stupid is? You're fucking stupid.
He's on the way, sir. Sergeant Jackson. Yes, I need LT down here to F2. You can come down if you like, but I need LT.
Give me my medicine and open the hatch like a normal person. There's someone with a brain.
We're gonna wait LT to get here for
Please open the hatch like a normal person.
I don't mind. I don't mind waiting at all.
This is amazing. He's just standing there like an asshole. I love the way she's handling it too. I mean, you know, I guess they're trained to handle it like this. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they can talk shit. I have no clue, but she's handling it perfect because she's not giving him anything back because that's what he wants.
Guy number 4. What's his name? Parker?
It's a fucking man child. He got one more in. I'm gonna get one more in, you stupid. Good
Can you
God.
be in route to F2 as soon as possible? Okay, thank you. All right, bye.
Douchebag. Murderer. Is this the prison cell he's in? Because he just has a door?
I'm gonna take
Trapped
you down
here.
to medical to be checked out, okay, sir?
Why would you slam the door on someone's foot when you're standing there barefoot?
Sir, I'm gonna take you down to medical to be checked, okay?
I mean, these people have gotten everything they've wanted their whole lives. Speed this up a little bit.
LT, we came to this cell to do medication pass. He was standing at the door. I unlocked the door to push the door open. He said I ran over his toe. So I said I'm gonna get him down and take him to check out. I've been recording him cursing me out.
Probably
He told me to
nothing.
call you out
It's
here.
probably
He's gonna tell you how stupid I am.
Let's see the toe. Let's see the toe, you pussy.
He didn't say he needed medical attention, so before I open his door all the way.
Pull the toe up to the fucking window. Put the toe up to the fucking window. I want to see the toe.
LC, Dr. Ball. Yeah, sure. What you got?
Medical comes to hand me my bills, so I stand at the door so I can get them through the hatch like I always do. She opens the door and pushes the door and runs it over my toe.
Okay.
So I said, you just fucked my toe up. You hand medicine through a door every single time. I'm standing here barefoot. If you look at the tour, it's a big gap.
A nice little look inside his personal hell, though. It looks very small, very cramped.
If you're standing here barefoot,
Does he have a roommate? I don't see any bedding up there, but
take a heavy door and slam it forward.
look at these beds, though. Fucking just metal beds, bro.
You're gonna fuck someone's toe up. It's common sense. That's all it is.
Which toe?
My right big toe.
That's the step over in the toe?
I mean, I don't think it's broken. I just think I just fucked it up. It's fine. I just like my my medicine and be off the hook. But next time they should use the hatch in the door they use every single time. It's common sense. If someone's standing here barefoot in front of the door, you don't issue us shoes. I'm standing barefoot. If you stand there barefoot and I slam the door open, it's going to go over your toe.
Okay, so come with me. We're gonna take you down to these toes. Get you look at it and
They got X-ray there, or
no.
what are they going to do with their toe?
We're not trying to look at it. All right. Just walk with her, man.
Sir, can I take my medication before I go down there?
Yeah. All right.
And I apologize for saying it's stupid, but when you get your toe slammed into by a door standing there, it surprised me.
Now he's just feeling like an asshole. Thinking this guy's just like looking at the toe, and it's probably nothing's going on with the toe at all. No, it's just like black the whole time, isn't it?
Hey, Lieutenant, we coming out.
Who the fuck's just singing, bro? Sounds more like a mental institution than a prison. LJ, what's up, dude? Hey, man, thanks for that share, too. Appreciate that, dude. Shocking and Adelson asked to speak to a manager. Right? Oh, my God. I guarantee there wasn't shit wrong with his toe, either. You know that dude that came in there was standing right there, was seeing it, and then Charlie knows he can see the toe. There's nothing wrong with it. And he started feeling an asshole. Which he is. He just wanted to have a moment of power, right? I probably has that often, especially with like a female. I'm sure in his regular life, that's what he would do. $1.99, getting on the wheel though, Jay. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Rocking and rolling here. Still doing the trial. And yeah, Simi said that there was some new footage out here. I was like, well, let's check it out. The nurse is going to be like, so what's going on? Remember, guys, puzzle pieces. We're supposed to keep this band from this mess. Fast forwarding.
LT? You ready for us to come back, LT? You can go ahead and follow LT.
He's like, bro, you brought this on yourself. What are we doing? You sat there and berated her for freaking 3 or 4 minutes endlessly. And then she's like, all right, we'll take you to medical. And props on her for not interacting in any kind of aggressive manner. That's pretty sweet, honestly. Like, that's pretty impressive. She's an asshole.
269-487.
One more time.
269-487.
487.
You can.
We got another female. No shit.
Yes. Can you move your hand for me, please? Which toe is it?
It's this one right here.
Okay. Thanks, folks. Is out there now.
Can you take your other foot out? Can you put them next to each other? Put it flat for me, please. Yep. Okay, let me see your own.
Trying to envision this. I wish we could see this.
What's the nervous?
I don't know. Wherever the hell Charlie was at, though, man. That lady singing was crazy. Are we at the nurse, or...? What are we doing? I'm gonna go a little further here.
What happened?
Here we go.
So tell me what happened.
I was waiting for my meds to come. Like they always do through the door. So I was standing there waiting for them to open up the hatch on the door. And she opened up the actual heavy wooden door and pushed the door open. And I'm standing here barefoot. And I was just in my sandals with my toe was sticking out. And when the door opened up, it nailed my toe. And it did something in here. I don't think it's broken. I think whatever it is, strained or whatever's going on in the joint is my guess. But I mean, I can still walk on it.
You know, I am a doctor, so I probably, you know, I know that you're only a jailhouse nurse, but
It's not. It didn't rip the nail off or anything. Just what I wasn't expecting it.
I think it's nice to, you know, talk to somebody that's, you know, on my level, even though I'm a little bit higher than you. Let's be honest.
It's more like if I move it, like inside the joint.
I don't feel any swelling.
It was like 5 minutes ago. They got there quick. I mean, I don't think anything's broken. I just think it was just more like
Bend your toe for me. Does it hurt when you bend it?
it's real tender.
Now they cut this out. Yo, Seeking Justice, thanks for that share on X. Appreciate it. They cut the sound on us. Hold on. That about it. There we go. Here we go.
Nurse, we finished?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay. Right, okay.
It's crazy that this shit gets released. Or, you know, you can even get this.
I'll see you on that bike roll back.
I guess you go through, like, you find the prisoner and then go through incidents that are recorded, yeah. And then 40 of those. He was talking mad shit though, wasn't he?
How are you? I'm doing pretty good, man. Yeah, good to see you. Let's move down here. Wait right here.
Yeah, so far so good.
What's up, therapist, you know? I think we're about done here. Get back in your cell. I would leave the cell and go, puzzle piece. interesting. Thanks, Simi. And thanks for that channel.
So last activity of the day.
I do not show those on. You still on the second?
It leads over to the next day. That's okay. We'll move on.
Oh,
And if we go to May 7th, another random day, you had a chance to look through it. Similar phone activity, right?
There is, yes.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Take your time.
If we had the records in January, February, or March, you don't know if those patterns would be any different, right?
I do not.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect.
When defense first began asking you questions, they talked about duplication. In the presentation that you showed the jury yesterday, have all of the duplicates been taken out of that presentation?
Yes. For all the call summaries, went and looked at each call and looked at the recipient's records to see if there was indications of voicemail, routing, and did my best effort to remove anything that was not an individual completed actual communication.
Okay, just want to make sure we're not seeing twice of every single event in your presentation.
The only place there would be duplicates would be like in frequency reports or when things were tallied, because those are across thousands of records. So in those, the duplicates may be there, but in frequencies, we're kind of looking at relevance, and those duplicates duplicate themselves across all the callers. But in any of the summaries or any of the individual call patterns, we are looking at just individual events.
And when you say summaries and call patterns, you mean those flurries where we show the data from the
I
records?
don't know what I freaking did to my thumb. I woke up and it hurts like a son of a bitch. Like,
Followed by kind of like the talking heads with the arrows.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, the July 2nd message where we made a mistake and there was the Catherine McVanwell was the one that was calling Sigfredo an effing pussy. Okay,
Yes.
That was her saying that, not Charlie Adelson.
Correct.
Okay, were you trying to put some of these messages into the presentation this weekend while working some 12-hour shifts?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so, but in that message, is Catherine McVanwell letting Charlie Adelson know that Garcia is this scary, violent man?
It would not seem that.
She's calling him a P word.
Yes, she is.
Okay. We're telling Charlie Adelson that Sigfredo Garcia is one.
Correct.
Okay. And she's also saying that his actions, Garcia's actions, are childish.
Correct.
I just want to make it clear, for the car rental in June when Sigfredo Garcia rented that silver Nissan sedan, we have no indications that Charlie Adelson was physically there at the rental location or anything like that, right?
We do not.
Okay. What your testimony was that Catherine McVanwell was on the phone with Charlie Adelson while she was consistent with being at Comfort Rental, and then they had that 25-minute call on her way home from Comfort Rental.
That's correct.
Okay. Just in general, when a person calls a landline, is that a suspicious thing?
It is not.
Okay. Is the reason that this Charlie Adelson's calls to his parents' landline, did that stand out to investigators because Charlie Adelson was the person on the wiretaps talking about calling people back to a landline or on a landline?
That's correct.
The July 6th text message between Wendy Adelson and Dan Markell, you said it's normal for co-parents to text about children and visitation schedules. You would expect that, right?
I would, yes.
Is the reason that that message in particular stood out to investigators, is that because of the date range Wendy Adelson referenced in that text message?
That's correct.
And the date range that she referenced, was that the week of Dan Markell's murder, the 14th through the 18th?
It was, yes.
And during that date range, the 15th you said was when the Prius was rented?
Correct.
The 16th you said was the travel to Tallahassee?
Yes.
You said the 17th was the surveillance of Dan Markell?
Yes.
And the 18th was the murder?
Correct.
Defense asked you, this Prius, it was green, right? You know, it wasn't silver. Was the actual color of the Toyota Prius silver pine mica?
I believe that's correct. I referenced it as a metallic mint green.
Okay. And this was a four-door sedan?
Yes.
We saw, both in your presentation with the state and when defense had an opportunity to ask you questions, Wendy's cell site locations when she's on the phone on the day of the murder from her home down to ABC Liquors. Those circles that were on the screen, those are the cell site locations that she's communicating with, right? Not her locations.
Absolutely. I hope that's clear. Those are the locations of the cell towers that her handset is wirelessly communicating with.
And that cell site that she's communicating with at 12:35 when she's on her way to the liquor store, that cell site services the area of Trescott Drive.
It could, yes.
Okay. And so does when she's down on her way a little south of there to the liquor store. That cell site services that area.
Yes.
Okay. And the reason that her cell site locations, investigators looked at those, was based on Officer Brandon reporting seeing a vehicle much like hers come up to the crime scene around that hour of day on the day of the murder.
Correct.
Yeah, I've done something though. Yeah, maybe though. Maybe it's my phone or something.
Based on the data, could her cell site location be consistent with her going up to the roadblock as Officer Brandon described?
It could, yes.
Defense asked you about, there was also a message in all of the defendant's iCloud where, and he showed you the message, his mother, Donna Adelson, wanted him to send her info, as in like the name or number of a caterer.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in that message that the defense showed you, she said the word caterer, right? Not birthday gift or birthday present?
Correct.
And did that text message say to erase it after he reads it?
It did, yes.
I'm sorry, the caterer message that the defense showed you just now?
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the caterer message that the defense showed you today.
And you're asking if that's the one that had the delete?
Right.
It did not.
Okay. So she says, can you send me the info for a caterer? And then it didn't say delete this after reading or anything like that.
That's correct.
And it didn't say anything about a birthday gift or a birthday present in that message?
In that message, no.
Okay. In the messages that we showed the jury yesterday from March 4th, she says delete this after reading when she says she wants to make a private call to him when she gets to Gainesville when she's in the bathroom. That's the one that says delete after reading?
That's correct.
Okay. And in the follow-up message a few minutes later, she says it's about Dad's birthday gift?
Yes.
And then in June, 3 months later, after the June trip to Tallahassee by the shooters, he says he's still working on the birthday gift for Dad, and she says, I know you'll come through for me.
That's correct.
Okay. And did they talk about a birthday gift in that exchange or a birthday present, or did they talk about a caterer?
Present.
On July 18th, the day of Dan Markel's murder, does Charlie Adelson's statement that he's not feeling well, that text comes after a call with Donna Adelson, but does it come before Catherine McBanwell comes to his house that night?
It does, yes.
That same night on July 18th, in the message from Donna Adelson to Charlie Adelson, does she say she's outside his house?
It says outside your house, yes.
Okay. Does it say I'm on the turnpike near your house?
It does not.
When she says she's outside his house, I mean, I guess we don't know how long she stayed, whether she...
Objection, Your Honor.
What's the objection?
Foundation.
Okay, Mr. Dugan, you can clean up the foundation on this issue.
From the messages alone, do we know how long she stayed there?
Objection, Your Honor.
Dude, his face.
She's going to lay the foundation.
Bro, his face when he does objections is the funniest thing ever.
We do not.
He's such... Look at his face. He's such a pompous asshole.
From the messages alone, do we know if she left something in his house for him?
We do not.
He gets so
All we know is
excited.
she said she's outside his house, and he says 10 minutes.
Correct.
So in the presentation yesterday, we showed the communication between the parties, meaning the heads and the arrows, on days that we know are significant days in this investigation, right? Days,
Correct.
okay. Defense showed you some communication, they say, on random days, May 2nd and May 7th, I believe it was. I want to look at, briefly, the divorce file in this case. Right. Now, this document, does this appear to have been filed for the end of April 24th, 2014?
Yes.
Okay. And it
Dana,
says former husband,
morning.
Lucky Dan Markel,
Yes.
former husband's second request to produce to former wife.
Yes.
Okay. And Dan Markel is requesting Wendy Adelson to produce for inspection and copy the following documents. And then if you go over to page 4, here are his requests. And he wants her employment contract, her pay stubs, showing all her income earned, her checking account statements, her income tax returns, the TIAA craft retirement account information, any information about removing funds from Schwab accounts, a detailed list of all of the items, marital items she may have taken from the home. That was his request in April of 2014, April 24th.
Yes.
Okay. And then
Dude, his little face. And Judge Everett
on May
always
2nd
shoots him down.
of 2014, that would have been the first day of messages that the defense showed today, right?
Yes.
Or not messages, communication back and forth.
Yes.
Okay. On May 2nd, 2014, on this day, Dan Markel is moving to compel Wendy Adelson. So he's asking the court to basically force or order Wendy Adelson to respond to that motion, to the second request to produce. That motion that was filed on April 24th.
Correct.
Okay. Also on May 2nd, 2014, does it appear that Wendy Adelson was informed that a hearing was set on Dan Markel's motion to compel?
Yes.
Okay, and the hearing was set on the 2nd, and the hearing was supposed to be, though, on, it appears to be May 6th.
Correct.
Okay. On May 5th, Dan Markel files a memorandum of authorities to enforce the marital settlement agreement and motions for sanctions. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna try to get through the, looks like a pretty lengthy motion. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
All right, so on May 7th, after that motion is filed by Dan Markell, on May 7th, 2014, does Wendy Adelson's attorney then motion the court to be able to withdraw as her counsel?
Yes.
Okay. So on May 7th, that was the second day of communication that the defense showed today.
Correct.
Her attorney is trying to now withdraw from the case.
Correct.
So on both May 2nd and May 7th, there were, even though there wasn't a trip to Tallahassee at that time by the shooters, there were significant events going on in the divorce in this case. Doesn't it seem so?
It does, yes.
All right. And those days, May 2nd and May 7th, they were days before these June and July trips to Tallahassee where the shooters drove up to kill Dan Markell.
Correct.
So, I mean, could these have been days where there was some discussion about the plan to kill Dan Markell? Okay, I'll move on. I want to show you what I'm going to mark as states 129, A and B.
Maybe the sidewalk.
We got a sidebar. We got a bar. with
Dugan, you may
sides on.
continue with the examination of Sergeant Corbett.
Thank you, Judge. No further questions.
You have something to say, Mr. Ralstroff?
Just a brief recross, Your Honor.
I usually do not permit recross, as it's literally going to be one question.
I was hoping for 3 questions.
Let's get it on down to one.
All right.
You may recross as to your one most important question that you need to.
May I have one moment with Ms. Myers to figure out which one I want to use?
Go ahead.
Damn.
One equals one. Keep that in mind, please. Go ahead.
Damn, son.
Ms. Adelson's
Yo, Pam. Pammy coming through and purchasing a new publicly buzzed Halloween shirt. Thank you so much for that, Pam. I appreciate that. That thing is ready to rock and roll on Halloween this entire month for sure. We're getting ready to go into October. And yeah, there's a link. Boom. Go to publiclybuzz.com and get yourself one of those shirts. Appreciate that, Pammy. Seriously, that was awesome.
phone is this car, right?
That's correct.
We can agree that that's pretty far from Trescott, right?
It is, yes.
No further questions.
On the mark. Sergeant, you may step down.
Thanks, sir.
Please call your next witness.
Right. Moving on. Let me get my thing up here. So we're going to. Oh shit, I'm not in the playlist. Hold on. I need to make it back here. Charlie. I think we're on video 21. Yes.
Let's get right to it.
3 undercover agents. Okay. They're not given names. Okay, we'll just go first undercover agent.
How were you employed back in 2016?
Special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Were you employed in any undercover operations during your time with the FBI?
Yeah, numerous.
And were you involved in an undercover operation related to this case that occurred on April 19th of 2016?
Yes.
Can you explain what that operation was?
My role in that operation, I was portraying a Latin King gang member, and I was instructed to conduct a bump.
Okay, what's a bump?
Well, a bump is an investigative tool used by law enforcement where you would have either an agent or an officer working in an undercover capacity to have a face-to-face contact with either a person of interest or a subject in an
A
investigation.
man of mystery, if you will. I'm not even going to see this dude. I'm trying to protect this guy's identity.
And what you would look to do in a bump is either to extract information from that individual or give them information or possibly set up future meetings with that individual or in some cases tickle or stimulate a wire or a phone tap.
And was that the case here, that the bump was designed to generate chatter or conversation on a wiretap?
It was, yes.
All right. And when you say you were posing as a Latin King gang member, did you announce yourself as a Latin King gang member to the person you approached?
I did not.
Okay, so that's the role.
That was my
You're
role.
in character.
That is correct.
Okay, and who did you approach and where was this done? Tell us what happened.
So I was instructed to do the bump or do the contact with Mrs. Donald Adelson, and this was in the Miami area.
All right, and was it right out in front of her residence there, the Icon, like in South Beach?
I believe it was outside her residence in that general area.
And what did you do when you approached Miss Adelson?
Well, my instructions were to approach her and engage her in some type of conversation and to hand a flyer or a piece of paper to her.
I'm going to show you what I marked as State 78 and ask if you recognize 78.
Yep. Yes, I do.
Is State 78 consistent or fair and accurate copy of the flyer that you handed Donna Adelson?
It is.
Move into evidence, State 78.
Be nice to see that.
May I publish?
You may.
Do we have 78? Let me just do this. Alright, so we've got, this is just a news article related to the murder of Dan Martel. And what's the purpose of this, over here, cell text?
So the cell number right there is my undercover covert phone number, and the $5,000 was what was expected to be received from Mrs. Donna Adelson.
So you hand her this piece of paper, and her instructions are to call this number, you want $5,000.
That is correct. Pretty much, yes.
Was the interaction that you had with Donna Adelson recorded?
It was.
How was it recorded?
It was recorded both audio and video.
All right, and is that something you're wearing or something that's done by a remote team of officers or both?
Both. I had a body recorder, audio and video, and it was also conducted by surveillance and security teams.
All right, I'm going to show you what I've marked as 105. Have you had an opportunity to review State's Exhibit 105, which is the side-by-side of the image of what the camera captured that you were wearing, as well as the one from across the street?
I have.
All right, and that's got video and audio on it?
That is correct.
Does it fairly and accurately capture the interaction between yourself and Donna Adelson during the bump?
It does.
All right, move into evidence, State's Exhibit 105.
Any objection? No objection. State 105 is admitted.
And once this was concluded, did you maintain the cell phone that had that number ending in 6570 on your person and continue to be available to answer it if somebody called?
To the best, yeah, the phone. I maintained the phone, and because I was doing other casework, I would, be available the best I could be.
Okay, so you have the phone with you, but you're not going to answer it if your kid's school or on another operation. I mean, there's situations which might require you not to answer it.
That is correct.
Okay. As part of this operation, did you at some point make a phone call to the Adelson Institute?
I did.
All right, and was that in the same undercover capacity as this gang member?
Yes.
Okay, same character.
Yes.
All right, and was that call made on April 28th of 2016?
I believe it was.
And what was the purpose of this, what I'm calling a follow-up bump?
Yes, it's like a follow-up bump. It was basically to try and get Donna Adelson on the phone and also to additionally stimulate the wire.
All right, and that call was recorded as well, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And then is there an additional call bearing your voice, in this case, from Charlie Adelson to the undercover?
That is correct.
Have you had a chance to review that call, which is contained on State's Exhibit 107, call FF?
I have.
And were you able to authenticate your voice in that call?
Yes, I did.
All right, and did you complete a call authentication log, which I've marked as State's Exhibit 128, initialing by the calls that bear your name?
I have.
All right. Judge, at this time I'd ask to introduce State's 128.
Any objection?
No objection.
State 128 is admitted.
And Judge, I also failed to introduce the call authentication log pertaining to Ms. McBanowa, which I've marked as 127. I would move that one into evidence by stipulation at this time as well.
127 is admitted.
May I have 1 moment, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
So 107, I referenced that previously. That contains a call from two calls. One call from you to the Adelson Institute, which I previously asked about, and then a call that I did not ask about, which was Donna Adelson to the undercover line. Have you had a chance to review those two calls on this exhibit?
Not completely the one from Donna Adelson to me.
Okay. Do we have a stipulation in reference to that call, or do we need a recess for him to authenticate Donna Adelson to the undercover?
We'll see.
Judge, I move into evidence States 107,
107 is admitted at this time.
and I don't have any further questions.
Cross-examine.
Good morning, Special Agent. How are you?
Retired.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
He said, "How are you?" and he said, "Retired."
Your role was to pretend to be a member of the Latin Kings, right?
Latin King gang, yes.
And you handed Donna Adelson a flyer,
I did.
and you and your team accidentally didn't make a copy of that flyer, right?
Well, my role in the investigation was to be the undercover. That was handled by the investigative team.
But the flyer wasn't made. No one kept the original, right?
I later found out that it wasn't, but yeah,
We provided the original to you because the Adelsons kept the original, right? They didn't destroy it.
I don't know what they did with it.
Now, when you saw Donna Adelson, she told you that you scared her, right?
She was startled.
And you told her that you knew that Katie and Tuto were being taken care of, and by being taken care of, you meant paid, right?
That is correct.
So law enforcement understood that as of April 2016, when the bump occurred, Katie was continuing to get money, right?
I don't have all the details from the case, but that's what I assumed was happening.
So if Catherine McVanoa came in here yesterday and said that she wasn't getting money in the months following, that would be inconsistent with what the bump was set up to be, right?
Objection, using mischaracterization of the evidence.
Sustained as to mischaracterization. You may re-ask the question if you can clean it up, Mr. Rushbaum.
The whole point of the bump was you knew that Catherine McVanoa was getting paid, right, over time.
That's what I was told to say to Mrs. Adelson.
Now, during the bump, you told Miss Adelson, Donna Adelson, that you were the brother of someone who was incarcerated, right?
That is correct.
And that person needed to be paid as well, right?
Taken care of, yes.
And at the time that you did the bump, you knew that Luis Rivera was incarcerated, right?
Correct.
And the idea was to pretend to extort Donna Adelson by posing as a violent gang member, right?
That is correct.
Now, on April 28th, the bump was April 21, correct?
I don't believe so.
What day was it? I always get confused. April
I
19th.
believe it's the 19th.
You hoped to spur some activity, right? After April 19th. That was the plan of the bump, right?
Disperse. You mean disperse in what way?
You hoped that phone calls would happen and that someone would pay the money, right?
That was the intention, to stimulate or tickle the wire.
And no one paid the money, right?
No, they didn't.
So then 9 days later, you called the Adelson Institute, right?
I don't remember the exact date that I called.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Whenever you called, you identified yourself as Sammy.
I believe so.
And you spoke to someone. It was not Charlie Adelson, right?
That is correct.
Now, until this call that you made to the Adelson Institute, no one had called the undercover number, right?
I don't believe so.
Catherine McVanoa had not called the undercover number, right?
No.
Sigfredo Garcia had not called the undercover number, right?
I don't recall if he did or not.
Do you think that you ever spoke to Sigfredo Garcia?
Oh, I know I didn't.
Okay. Did Sigfredo Garcia ever leave you a voicemail?
I understand. I understood that. Well, I did miss a call from him. I was working on other cases, but I don't have access to the voicemail, so I don't know if he left a call.
Have you ever heard a voicemail from Sigfredo Garcia?
I have not.
Okay. Now, on the 28th, Charlie Adelson called the number, right?
I know he did call me. I don't recall the date.
Okay. And he called from his own phone, right?
I don't remember what number was on the caller ID.
Okay. So you don't know that he used his cell phone?
I don't know. I don't know his number.
Now, he didn't say much on the call, right?
Well, not initially, and I did most of the talking.
And you used words on the call like in reference to. Do you remember using those words?
I did.
And you used the words on the call like do the right thing, right?
That is correct.
Charlie told you at the end of the call that he would call you back. Do you remember that?
He said he would.
But he never called you back.
Not that I know of. No.
Now, still no one paid any money, right?
Not to my knowledge, no.
And so, and on the calls you were hearing that, well, strike that, Your Honor. Let me turn your attention to May 4th, 2016. Okay?
Okay.
At around 2 or 3 in the morning on May 4th, 2016, you sent Donna Adelson a text message to her cell phone, right?
I know I sent her a text message, but I don't know about 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't know the time or date.
Do you remember that it was very early in the morning?
I don't. That was 7.5 years ago.
Fair enough. The text message was pretty threatening, right?
I don't remember the content of the message, but I don't remember the content.
But let me ask you, over time, did the threats get worse?
Well, no, because I mean, I know that I did the bump. I remember talking to Charlie, and I remember calling the Adelson Institute and sending the text message. But I didn't add any additional threats. So,
You don't think
you say threats? I didn't.
You don't think that the text message was stronger than the original meeting or the letter that came in between?
Again, if you can show me the text message, but I haven't seen. I don't think it was that bad.
Did you say in the text message who was the puta who had called me?
I think it's puta. They said puta.
Okay. Fair enough. My Spanish is not great.
No, that's fine.
I think I'm going to defer to the witness the Spanish of this, Mr. Rashbaum.
I will as well. I will as well. Nonetheless, you were trying to act like a Latin king, right?
I was, and quite frankly, I was instructed to be not so gang-like with Donna Adelson.
Okay.
Actually, to be polite.
Okay. On May 6, 2016, you received a voicemail from Donna Adelson at 11:30 in the morning, right?
I don't recall.
Do you remember getting a voicemail from her?
Well, again, if I receive a call and I don't answer the phone, these voicemails are remote. They're not on my phone. I don't have access to it. The investigative team has access
Fair
to
enough.
it.
So you wouldn't remember trying to call her back a couple times after she... Fair enough. Just asking what you remember.
Yeah,
You don't recall calling her back a couple times, right?
I don't, sir.
And at some point, you spoke with her on that day, right?
I believe I spoke with her.
And
I don't know about that day.
you're aware now that she recorded the call, right?
I have no idea.
Okay. During that call, do you recall she told you that she didn't have anything, she doesn't know what this has to do with her? Do you remember her saying that?
I don't recall that conversation at all.
She tells you that she didn't do anything and doesn't know anything?
I don't recall that conversation.
She tells you that that there is a reward being offered, and that if you need money, you should go to the police. Do you recall her telling you that?
Like I said, I don't recall any of that conversation.
Now, on these wires that were spurred by your undercover activity, are you aware that Catherine McBanawa told Charlie that she and Sigfredo had called the undercover number many times?
No, sir.
Are you aware that Catherine McBanawa told Charlie that they tried the number and it was a non-working number?
No, sir.
It was a working number, right?
Oh, it is, yes. Absolutely.
Are you aware that Catherine McBanawa told Charlie that Sigfredo left a nasty voicemail message on the undercover number?
No, sir.
Now, you're aware that Sigfredo or Garcia called that number one time and it wasn't from his cell phone?
Shiraz giving in and buying a shirt also this morning. Appreciate that. She bought the raw dinosaur shirt. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
I was told that he called, but I don't know what number he called.
Nice.
You
Sold
don't know
some
that he
merch
called
this
from a burner
morning.
phone?
No, sir.
Whereas Charlie Adelson called from his own phone?
Again, I don't remember the numbers, and I don't remember who's calling from what phone.
Thank you. No further questions.
Redirect examination.
No questions, Your Honor.
You may step down.
Yes, sir.
Will Mr. Jimenez be recalled?
All right, we're going to get
Have a
the
good day.
second
Please call your
undercover
witness.
agent in. Let me get that.
How long have you been with FBI?
Since 2014.
Did you participate in an operation back on April 20th, 2016?
Yes.
And was that a surveillance involving the defendant in this case, Charlie Adelson?
Yes.
What was your involvement related to that operation?
I was conducting physical surveillance in the area of Miami Beach and its surroundings.
Yeah, Pammy and Shiraz picking up shirts. Freaking sweet.
And then also maintained availability.
Oh, shit, she got two. Damn. Hell yeah.
Move northward if the surveillance venue changed and deploy surveillance hardware if needed.
Okay, so originally...
Oh, yeah, I see that now. My bad. Yeah, the other one was the Dandy Savage Mandy design. Hell yeah.
An attempt to surveil a meeting between Donna Adelson and Charlie Adelson, and you were involved in that?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your role in that particular effort?
At the beginning of that day, I was involved in surveilling the bump, as it's been called.
Okay, yep.
And following that, I maintained availability in that area, and then I received word that there would be a meeting taking place north of Miami Beach, so I made my way north.
Okay, I think I'm with you. So you were present at the bump doing some recording from a remote location?
I was not recording at that time.
Okay, what was your role there?
I was, we call it QRF, quick reaction force, just for the security of the undercover,
Okay,
or
so
whoever
just
is involved.
part of the team for security purposes. And then from there you moved to, is it a restaurant known as Dolce Vita?
Yes, at the time, that's what
All
the
right,
restaurant
and what was your role at the efforts to record a conversation at the Dolce Vita restaurant that day?
I was instructed to make my way towards the Dolce Vita restaurant. At that time that I arrived, I was handed some recording equipment in a bag, and I went inside and positioned myself as close as possible to Mr. Adelson.
All right, so you knew who you were trying to record when you
Yes.
went into the restaurant. And was Mr. Adelson already inside the restaurant when you entered?
I would have to think yes, but I don't recall exactly.
All right,
I'm almost certain yes.
Okay, and was there another person present as well that you were attempting to record?
Yes.
Who was that?
Katie Magbanua.
Okay. And was the objective just to get as close as possible without being made and
Yes.
try to record their conversation?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about the equipment. You said it was inside of a bag. What does that look like?
It was a messenger bag, computer bag size type thing you would carry books or a laptop computer on. Kind of had like perforations, like a bunch of holes in it.
All right, like a mesh?
Not quite like a mesh, but like if you think of, it was made out of like leather or fake leather, and maybe the whole front-facing area of it just had a lot of holes spaced about a ½ inch to an inch apart all over.
All right, and was the bag outfitted with audio and video recording equipment?
Yes.
And are you familiar with that equipment?
I'm familiar with its appearance, and it had a sort of an on-off button. Beyond that, I have no real technical expertise for it.
Okay, was it in proper working order that day?
That was my understanding.
All right, and you were able to review the recording, correct?
Yes.
So it did record audio and video that day.
Yes.
Where were you positioned in relation to Mr. Adelson and Ms. McVanoa?
So they were seated toward about as far back in the restaurant as you can go, and I positioned myself with my back against the wall, so seated, maybe 10, 12 feet away, and there was, I think, one table between us and them.
All right, and what were they doing when you observed them at the restaurant?
They were having a conversation.
Was there background noise going on in the restaurant? What type of environment was it?
So yes, there was background noise. It's my best guess that the air handler for the restaurant was sitting in the ceiling, probably directly above either my table or theirs, but there was a sufficient amount of background noise.
Was there another agent inside the restaurant also attempting to record the meeting?
Yes, another FBI employee did enter the restaurant.
All right, and did he have similar equipment as to what you had?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Okay, and if you know, was the recording that you made more successful or the one that he made?
I believe my recording was more successful.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to review State's Exhibit 109, which is the Dolce Vita recording from the equipment that you had that day?
Yes.
All right, and is it fair and accurate as far as what was captured that day?
Yes.
All right, Judge, I move into evidence 109.
Any objection from the defense?
None other than the previous motion.
States 109 is admitted at this time over defense objection.
And we talked about the date, but I'm not sure of the time, on April 20th of 2016, is that correct?
Yes.
And what was the time that this meeting occurred?
I would have to reference notes or reports from that day. It would have been in the afternoon.
Okay, 3:45 sound about right?
Yes.
And about an hour in length sound about right?
Yes.
No further questions.
Examination.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's probably the most popular shirt, the skeleton wounds. All right, let me get number 3 in here.
Good afternoon.
So by the time
Oh,
you
wait.
got to the restaurant and
cross,
started the
hold on.
recording device, Catherine McVanoa and Charlie were already there and talking, right?
That's what I recall. Yes.
Okay. And you have no idea what they said before you got there, obviously, right?
No.
Okay. You did you see them speaking in the car for 15 minutes or so before entering the restaurant?
I don't recall that. Several years ago, obviously, at this point.
Fair enough. But you have no idea what, if anything, they spoke to each other about in a car before they got to the restaurant?
Their conversation in the car, no, I would have no direct knowledge of that.
The restaurant was pretty loud with a lot of background noise, right?
I wouldn't say egregiously loud, but it had enough background noise that from the distance of me to you, you would not be fully capable of recognizing the content of a conversation.
Fair to say you couldn't really hear much in terms of what they were saying to each other.
Correct.
And that was with you being just 8 to 10 feet away from them, right?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Direct examination.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, number 3.
Currently employed for a private investment firm.
What about back in 2016?
I work for the City of Plantation Police Department.
As part of your duties there, were you called upon to participate in a surveillance operation involving this defendant, Charles Adelson?
Yes, as a member of the FBI Violent Crimes Task Force Miami Division, I was.
Okay. And was the surveillance that you conducted of Mr. Adelson related to a wiretap that was ongoing at that time?
Yes, there was current electronic surveillance of Mr. Adelson at the time.
All right. What were you asked to do?
Conduct physical and electronic surveillance of Charles Adelson.
All right. And did part of that involve going to the Matsuri restaurant?
Yes.
Is that a sushi restaurant in Miami?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And what were you supposed to do once you got into the restaurant?
I had a covert electronic surveillance audio and video recording device and attempt to record Charles Adelson and his father, Harvey.
All right. And do you see Charles Adelson in the courtroom here today?
I do.
Could you point him out and describe what he's wearing?
He's sitting at the defense table wearing a blue blazer and a blue shirt and a blue tie.
The record will reflect the witness has identified the defendant. All right. And is this on April 21st, 2016?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What equipment were you using for this operation?
It was a recording device that recorded audio and video.
All right. Can you describe the setup at the restaurant and where you were located in relation to Mr. Adelson?
Harvey and Charles Adelson were sitting at the sushi bar. I took a position directly next to Harvey.
Were you able to hear the conversation that they were having?
No.
Was the recorder closer to them than you were?
It was right between myself and Harvey Adelson.
Have you had an opportunity to review the recording that's captured on State's Exhibit 12?
Yes.
And is that a fair and accurate recording of the interception you made there at the Matsuri restaurant on the date in question?
Yes, it is.
All right, and it's video and audio, is that right?
That's correct.
All right, let the record reflect the witness has initialed this exhibit, and I will at this time move it into evidence as State's Exhibit 112.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 112 is admitted.
No further questions.
Cross-examination.
Hi, good afternoon.
Back in 2016, you didn't really like sushi, did you?
Not that much.
You didn't see them.
Now
enter
you
the
love
restaurant,
sushi.
right?
No.
Sushi
And,
connoisseur here.
You didn't see them talk
What's your
outside
favorite
the
sushi,
restaurant
sir?
before they entered the restaurant, right?
No.
There's no recording of that, to your knowledge.
You ever
correct?
had eel sauce, sir?
Now, during the conversation, do you recall some whispering happened?
Yes.
And you couldn't hear what was whispered, right?
That's correct.
When they left the restaurant, could you see them talking in the parking lot?
Yes.
But there's no recording of what they were saying in the parking lot, right?
That's correct.
You participated in the arrest of Charlie Adelson as well, right?
That's correct.
And that occurred in April of 2022?
Yes.
And the arrest happened at around 6 a.m. in the morning?
Yes.
And during that arrest, one of the officers got caught in a barbed wire fence, right?
Yes.
That was behind Mr. Adelson's house, right?
Yes, on the side of his house, I believe.
Okay. Also, during that arrest, there were a lot of security cameras, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. When Charlie Adelson was arrested, he surrendered peacefully?
Yes.
And he consented to allow the agents to come in the house?
I wasn't aware of that.
Fair enough. May I have one moment, Your Honor? No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect examination.
No questions, Joe.
You may step down.
That was a quick
Next
one.
witness.
Special Agent Pat Sanford.
So we're going to Keith McEvelyn.
Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? I do. You may take your seat.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
James Keith McElveen, J-A-M-E-L.
McElveen, a forensic engineer of 35 years experience.
Keithmcelven.
How are you employed, sir?
I work as a forensics engineer, a media forensics
Crazy
engineer.
name.
And what is a forensic engineer?
We specialize in taking audio, video, or computer data and extracting intelligence out of it.
How long have you been doing this type of work?
A bit over 35 years.
Can you go through your training and experience that qualifies you to do this type of forensic engineering?
I began doing this type of forensic engineering back post 35 years ago, working for the government, working on war crimes investigations, unmixing voices. Since then, I've had 20 plus, either given or taken 20 plus courses in this discipline.
All right. And have you had an opportunity to testify as an expert in your field previously?
Yes, I have.
Judge, I would tender the witness at this time as an expert in the area of forensic engineering.
Does the defense wish to engage in any further voir dire of the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any challenge to his ability to provide an opinion in the stated field?
No.
Members of the jury, the witness will be permitted to provide you with an opinion today in the field of forensic engineering. You may continue.
Sir, were you asked to clarify recordings in reference to the case State of Florida versus Charles Adelson?
Yes, I was.
All right, I want to start with the Dolce Vita restaurant recording. What items were provided to you in reference to that exhibit?
I received 2 recordings, one from each device that was deployed in that restaurant.
All right, and was one better audio and one better video?
Yes.
All right, and what's the part that's of interest to you?
The audio.
Okay, and so you don't do anything with the video?
Only used it for observational timing reasons.
Okay, and was the bag that had the mesh on it, was that the one that was the better audio? Or the
Yes.
one that had the better video?
Right. The one with the better video had very poor audio, and the one that had better audio had very poor video.
All right, I'm with you. And the one where we're looking through the little holes, is that the one with the good audio or the good video?
The good audio.
All right. Can you sort of walk through the process for the jury of how you clarify an audio that has a lot of background noise going on?
Yes, our technique is a bit different than other techniques in that we take the audio and treat it like it's an image, like a photograph that's out of focus, it's blurry. And so we read it into the computer and figure out how to unblur the sound, just like you would unblur a photograph. And this fortunately has the nice effect of focusing in on the person's voice or the people's voice if they're near each other, and blurring out the rest of the background, sort of how you would use a video lens if you're a photographer, and you can zoom in on a person's face, but everything behind the person and everything closer is blurry and kind of pushed down and not as noticeable.
Were there any particular issues or problems with this audio?
It was frankly a mess. Competing voices, loud noises, movement of both devices, not good positioning. There was a kitchen. Of course, it's a busy cafe, coffee grinders, blenders, order taking, lots of different sounds going on.
All right, and can you tell the jury that the most up-to-date efforts available in your field were applied to this exhibit to make it as good as possible?
They were.
All right, and what was the outcome? I think you've got some different segments. Could you tell us about that?
Yes. Fortunately, the recording device that had the better audio was also the one that had the longest audio. The recording started at different times. One device arrived into the establishment significantly prior to the other one. I believe it was like 20 minutes difference. The one that started first, its recording first, moved. The person carrying it came in from the outside, came to the counter, then went to a seat, and then moved to a different seat, getting better position. And each one of those changes of location causes the focus to change, just like you were taking a picture. All of a sudden, the person you're trying to take a picture of moves, you've lost your focus, and you have to regain your focus. Also, a limitation of our tool limited the sheer amount of audio. That's a huge amount of recording, and so we had to break it up into portions, segments, which we did the beginning, the middle, and the end. And we worked with the FBI agent to break it at about the same points that the motion happened of the recording device.
Okay. And have you had an opportunity to examine State's Exhibit 110 thumb drive?
Yes, immediately before we came in here.
All right, and is this a fair and accurate work product that you did as far as the audio only on the Dolce Vita recording?
Yes.
Okay, Judge, I'd ask to move in evidence States 110.
Any objection? States 110 will be admitted over objection at this time.
Is there any part of your processing or methodology that actually changes the voices or adds words into the voices, anything like that?
No, when we begin our processing, we set up the controls, and the tool does not allow you to actually make any changes. You hit process, and it starts at the beginning and works all the way to the end, and you can't change anything as you go along and decide to leave the word no or yes out. You get the entire thing, and the same length of the recording in is the same that comes out, down to microseconds.
And did you also perform a similar analysis or work on a second restaurant recording known as the Matt Surrey restaurant recording?
I did.
And have you had an opportunity to review States 113?
Yes, immediately before.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Immediately before.
All right, before we came into the courtroom. And is this the thumb drive that you prepared with your work in reference to the Matt Surrey recording?
It is.
All right, and were the same types of processes applied to this recording as the first one we discussed?
Exactly the same.
Move into evidence States 113.
Any objection to States 113?
No, you
States 113 is admitted at this time.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Coasting through this thing now, baby, with this 1.5.
Starting with the Dolce Vita recording. That recording was made in April of 2016, right?
I do not know.
You were asked
Good
to
start,
enhance
Rashi.
the recording in January of 2022, right?
That sounds correct.
You'd agree with me that there's 20 plus minutes of the recording that's missing, right? The first 20 minutes or so of the recording are missing?
Please clarify what you mean by missing?
Fair point. You'd agree that the meeting that was recorded started before the recording, right?
If you mean how long the conversational participants had been carrying on the conversation before the person carrying the recorder entered the restaurant, I have no idea how long they had been talking.
The recording picks up in the middle of a conversation, correct?
If you mean device 2, the one with the longer recording, I believe that you might be confusing the fact that it was the middle segment of 3. If you mean the conversation, I think you mean.
The recording that you enhanced is not the beginning of the conversation, correct? Between the participants.
Again, I don't know when they began talking, but we cleaned up all the way from the beginning of the recorder entering the restaurant by the front to a chair to another seat. And the first segment had clear conversation going on at times. Voice level goes up and down. Then there's the middle segment, which is a few seconds, 30 seconds or something, maybe a minute go by, and then the video from the other device starts.
Fair enough.
If that's the one that you're talking about, then that's only the middle. There's a
He's
lead up to
confused,
that
what
portion.
Rashi is saying.
Is another 20 minutes.
But you don't know if the conversation began before the recording started, correct?
Correct. I have no way of knowing that.
Now, even
That's
on your
literally
enhanced
was
version,
the question.
virtually everything said by the female participant remains inaudible or unintelligible, right?
I'm not exactly sure what you mean by virtually, but I would say that the female participant talked very seldomly. More of her words are audible in the first segment than in the middle segment, but she also seemed to talk less. And I can say that because you can obviously tell that she does say some words, even when you can't pick them out. You can tell that something is being said, not only by the male participant, his conversational behavior, but you can actually hear some vocalizations from the female, but you can't always pick out what she's saying.
During a lot of the recording, no matter what you did to fix that lens, you still couldn't make out what she was saying, correct?
Yes. She was speaking away from the male participant and speaking at a low enough level that at many times the male participant asked her to repeat herself.
Nonetheless, on the recording itself, no matter what you did, a lot of times you're only hearing half of a conversation.
Yeah,
right?
this is some movie shit right here.
One side of a conversation.
Like this
That's
style of recording.
Now, were you aware that the FBI did its own enhancement back in August of 2016?
I was told that.
Did you ever listen to that enhancement?
Yes, I did.
Are you aware that virtually everything you hear on your enhancement, you can hear on that enhancement?
I wouldn't agree with that statement.
Okay. You hear different words on your enhancement versus the first enhancement? Or are they just clearer?
Much clearer. My understanding, the reason we were given these recordings was that originally the evidence was not suitable for playback to the jury because it required somebody to have very good listening equipment and to listen very carefully and loop it many times to be able to really pick out what the words might be. I would say, in all fairness, that after our enhancement, you didn't have to struggle that much, except on those inaudible parts.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a very specific question, not about the ease of hearing it. I'm just asking, could you hear any new words on your recording versus the original recording?
I can only speak for myself, but I would say yes, for me, for my ears.
Turning your attention to Matsuri, that recording was made in April of 2016, right?
I do not have this information.
Okay. And again, you weren't asked to perform an enhancement until early 2022, right?
That sounds right.
And for those two recordings, again, is it your testimony that you hear different words on your enhancement versus the original?
I wouldn't say, well, actually, I would agree. Different words than were originally transcribed versus what I heard. And I would say that this
dude's got like a radio voice in the sense of like one of the people that like introduces the breaks in the commercials, or maybe does the readovers for the commercials, or the "tonight, ladies and gentlemen, welcome," and then it goes into a host. Whatever that guy would be.
enhancement, more words are intelligible.
Now, you also note in your report that portions where one participant whispers in the ear of the other, this is Matsuri, were not recoverable due to the soft level of the sound. Is that accurate?
Yes, I would also say, and due to the obscuration of the head, one participant leans over and whispers very close to the other person's ear. So all of a sudden the head's in the way of the focusing effort we made.
So in those instances where those whispers occur at Matsuri, you have no idea what was said?
Correct.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
No, Your Honor, no further questions.
You may step down, sir. Members of the jury, before we continue with the next witness, we'll take a brief break. The bailiff will escort you back to the jury room.
Going into... Oh, shit. Wow. We'll start this out. This is a 6-hour video. The bump and wiretaps. Holy shit. Agent Patrick Sanford is recalled to the stand to discuss the undercover surveillance on Charlie's phone. He also discusses the renowned bump that took place on April 19, 2016. The purpose of the operation was to stir some activity by coming up with a ruse that Luis Riviera was trying to extort money from the Adelsons from jail. Donna was approached by an undercover on the street with an envelope, and the first call she made was to Charlie. Throughout the entirety of the rest of the state's case, they play all of the wiretap calls between April 19th and May 8th, 2016. Holy shit, 6 hours. Let's go. Settle in. I'll go ahead and get Special Agent Patrick Sanford up here, and this will probably last us a while.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony?
Yes, we'll circle back to a couple questions I missed last time with you, and then we'll talk about the wiretaps in this case. In reference to Professor Markel, he was transported from the scene to the hospital, correct?
That's correct.
Do you know how long he survived before he was pronounced dead?
Approximately 14 hours.
All right, and I want to ask you a few questions in reference to Wendy Adelson. Wendy Adelson advises that the Markels, meaning Dan's parents, have had unfettered access to their grandchildren. Is that true?
Not to my knowledge, no.
How many visits have they had with their grandchildren, say, between May of 16 and April of 2022?
I don't believe they had any visits during that time period.
All right, and what about since then?
Maybe less than a handful. I can't remember exactly how many.
Does 3 sound correct?
That sounds right.
After Wendy got skewered at the first trial for not allowing any visits, she then allowed a visit, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading and mischaracterizing testimony.
Overruled as to those grown.
I'll rephrase it, Your Honor. When was the first visit that the Markel family had after their son was murdered with their grandchildren?
It was a few weeks before the scheduled trial of Catherine McManwell because we ended up delaying the grand jury indictment of Mr. Adelson so they could meet.
For fear that if we proceeded with the indictment as scheduled, that visit might be canceled?
Objection, Your Honor. And foundation.
What's up, Chelsea?
Stay enough to foundation.
Come in here.
You're probably right. All right, I want to turn your attention to Mr. Rivera. We heard from Mr. Rivera. Are you familiar with his role in this case?
Yes, I am.
And were you aware that Mr. Rivera chose to become a witness in this case?
I am.
In exchange for a plea deal?
Yes.
Were you present when he gave his proffered testimony initially?
Yes, correct.
All right. Did we learn anything new in the proffer with Mr. Rivera that we had not known as part of the investigation already?
We did.
And was one of those items related to Mr. Garcia shooting a hole in the rental car?
That's correct.
Had at the time that you were interviewing Rivera or taking this proffer from Rivera, had law enforcement already tracked down that particular Prius, the suspect vehicle in this case?
We had. It had been sold previously, and we tracked it down.
And upon that initial inspection, was this bullet hole discovered?
No, we weren't aware of it.
After the proffer with Mr. Rivera, did law enforcement go back to look at the Prius to see if there was any evidence to corroborate what Rivera was saying about that particular item?
Yes, we did. We went back and took possession of the vehicle and got a search warrant and searched it.
I'm showing you State's Exhibits 49 through 53. Recognize these exhibits?
Oh, but at 1.5 speed, this should go by way faster. Yeah.
These are photographs taken.
Probably be a while still. Probably go all the way to next
conducted
week.
a search warrant and found the actual bullet hole going through where it went through and severed the gas line, and it was repaired.
All right, was there inaccurate photos of the Prius upon that second inspection that was made by law enforcement?
That's correct.
All right, moving to evidence 49 through 53.
Objection.
No objection.
49 through 53 are admitted at this time.
No.
You may.
All right, publishing 49. Publish 52. Is that just documenting the VIN number of the vehicle?
That's correct.
Publish 51. What does the rod show in the vehicle?
It shows the path of the bullet, where the hole is, and the path of which way it traveled.
And is it in the passenger seat floorboard?
Correct.
All right. Publish 52, please. Publish 53. All right, what does this exhibit show?
This is the fuel line. You can see where it had been severed and had been repaired.
Mr. Rivera testified that he knew Dan Martell was leaving town the day after he was killed, and that's why the killing had to happen on the day it did. Are you familiar with that piece of his testimony?
Yes.
Okay, and have we ever found any... Let me strike that. Have you had an opportunity to review Mr. Martell's Facebook?
I have.
Was there anything on his Facebook indicating that he was going out of town the day after he was killed?
No, it wasn't.
Have you had an opportunity to review the prof's blog that was provided by the defense in this case?
Some of it.
All right, and does the prof's blog provide specific information that would let these killers know that he was going to New York the next day?
There was just a reference to a conference that was being put on.
That Danny and I are going to a conference?
That's correct.
So someone else saying Danny and I are going to a conference that starts on X date?
That's correct. There's no other information detailing his travels.
And is that published in the form of like an alert, or is it just in a narrative of a lot of other stuff?
No, it was buried inside a lot of other stuff, inside of comments.
All right. I want to move on to the wire. Whose phones were tapped in this case?
Catherine McManus and Charlie Adelson's.
How many phone calls were intercepted total?
Oh, wow. Thousands.
Have you reviewed the disc of calls that were selected and prepared for the jury's consideration in this case?
Yes, I have.
Are they all fair and accurate recordings of calls intercepted pursuant to the wiretap in this case?
Yes, they are.
Okay, Judge, at this time, I would move into evidence states 108. It's a thumb drive containing the wire calls.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, other than our previous objection.
States 108 will be admitted at this time over objection. Go ahead.
May I confer with the opposing counsel for a moment?
Take your time.
I'm sorry, we had an issue we should have handled before the jury came in. I think we're ready to proceed.
Go ahead.
All right, so in reviewing the calls that were captured on this wiretap, was there any evidence of Donna Adelson and Charlie Adelson meddling in Wendy Adelson's life?
Yes, there's quite a bit.
All right, I wanted to bring your attention first to a text message that was included in Sergeant Corbett's presentation about pulling the plug on a home purchase. Are you familiar with that text message?
Yes, I am.
All right, and for the jury's reference, it's page 218 in Sergeant Corbett's presentation, but we've already seen these text messages. Can you tell me why the date of the pulling the plug on the house is of interest to your investigation?
That text message was sent on Halloween of 2013, which was the same time frame that Catherine McManus said that Charlie came to her.
All right, so the pulling the plug on the house, who's pulling the plug on the house?
Wendy was pulling the plug on the house. She was looking to buy a house, and Charlie was talking to her about not purchasing the house, not wanting her to purchase a house in Tallahassee.
And was that done at someone else's urging to Charlie?
Yes, it was.
Who was that?
His mother, Donna Adelson.
All right, and this date where it's revealed in the text that when you pulled the plug on the house is the same date that Charlie Adelson first approached Meg Bano about harming Markel?
That's correct.
And that's Halloween, October 31st, 2013?
Correct.
All right, I want to move on to Dave. You know who Dave is as a subject that comes up quite a bit on the wire.
I do.
And who is Dave?
It's one of Wendy's ex-boyfriends named Dave Attell.
All right. And is this the person she was dating apparently at the time of the wiretap?
That's correct.
Okay. And is Dave the subject of discussion between Donna Adelson and Charlie Adelson?
He is.
So the two of them are talking about Wendy's love life.
Correct.
Okay. Have you reviewed the wire to find out how many times Dave comes up on the wire?
Quite a few, at least a dozen times.
That they're having conversations about the status of Wendy's relationship with Dave?
That's correct, and then some of the conversations are quite lengthy.
Okay. And Judge, for this, I have just figured out what 128 was supposed to be. Okay, could we mark this? 100%. So it's going to be 129, Your Honor. I've got a couple additional calls that I'd like to publish, starting with this call, which is call 989. So I'm moving to introduce states. What's the number, Ms. Dugan? 129. I'm moving to introduce 129, which is a thumb drive containing additional wire calls, including 989, which I'd like to publish at this time.
Any objection?
Assuming it is what I've been told it is, no objection.
I didn't ask for a caveat or lawyer speak. Do you have an objection? Let's take a brief break. Members of the jury, the bailiff will take you back to the jury room. Everyone can be seated. Ms. Kappelman, you may continue.
Thank you. Agent Sanford, I've made a mess of a couple things. So can we circle back to the Wendy giving Dan's parents visitation question?
Okay.
Are you familiar with the email that Dan's mother sent regarding the Jewish-run child services organization?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Between that time, May of 2016, and April of 2022, how many visits did the Markells have with their grandchildren?
As far as information I have is 0.
All right, so not unfettered access.
That's correct.
Okay, and since then, 3 visits, correct?
Correct, and that's my knowledge.
Okay, thank you. All right, my next mess is this exhibit, which is now going to be 130, not 129 as I previously indicated, because we had already identified something previously as 129. So 130 is going to be the Dave call. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you're familiar with this particular call. It's call number 989 on the wire. Do you remember it?
Yes.
Okay. And this call was made on April 15th of 2016 at 8:21 p.m. Sound right?
That sounds right.
Okay. At this time, Judge, I'd ask to move in evidence states 130 and publish call 989.
Is there an objection as to states 130?
No, Your Honor.
It is admitted at this time.
All right. And if we could just start at 856, please.
There we go.
All right. Can we pause it? All right, so Judge, this may be a good time to have the jury advise that they each have headphones and may make use of them. If they don't need them, that's okay, but if they want them, you have volume controls for everyone.
Members of the jury, please take your headphones if you wish to listen in that fashion.
Exactly what she just said.
What are the volume controls on the
They're
headphones?
in front, so the front row is going to have to tinker with it. Why don't we just play a minute of this as a test, and then we can back it up once everyone gives me the thumbs up on volume.
Because I'm in that demographic guy I want to date. And I was probably telling her, like, he wasn't for either of my I'm not asking her to leave. So, or if we're looking I have done. And I just continue to talk to her. But there's a limit, because there's a point at which someone perfectly would do what you're asking them. Purposely do the job. What's that?
All right, Judge, could we inquire as to if everyone is comfortable with that equipment at this time?
For everyone who is going to wear the headphones, do you have anything that you need to raise concerning them? No, they're nodding their heads in the affirmative that the headphones are working and giving a thumbs up. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. The reason why I don't have to 50 the guy had a problem is that she was 22 and she's trapped. Like, where do you think it's going to be? Like, I mean, I would, you know, and the problem with too is like, and she had to hear it from me because I'm in that demographic the guy that wants to date. And I have a problem telling her, like, you put a Tory Secret model in budget, so that I'm not asking for her to date. So, she's no trouble for unusual guys. Of course, if we're looking in I have done. I know. And I will continue to talk to her. But there's a limit, because there's a point at which someone purposely will do what you're asking them because they're interested in another day. They're going to be another day. What's that? There's not going to be another day. The reason why I'll never tell someone who can't win the lottery twice, but I can tell you this: that probability is not in your favor. Probability is not in your favor of winning the lottery once. Winning is twice, even more. And that's how I talk to her. Because what happens is that's what she needs to do. So the understand is when I don't ever defend her.
Once they get this set up with this,
I can say, Wendy, listen, if you put a 37-year-old Victoria's Secret bottle in front of me, I wouldn't want to get serious with her. Why? When I could do with a 25-year-old. I said 25-year-old's going to be 18, 15 years. I said, well, I call it high mileage or low mileage. Listen, Wendy, you don't want to date a guy that's 50. You know why? Because he's too old for you. And he's going to be 60 in 10 years. And 10 years from now, you don't want to see yourself as a 60-year-old.
Crazy.
I get it. So it is what it is.
But you can definitely ask her why she's not going out with him. Because being there with her for the experience better. If it opens it for you.
Of course. But just hear me out. I can talk to Wendy differently than anyone can. But even when I do, I don't reference it as saying, Wendy, in a million years I wouldn't date a girl like you with 2 kids. Because it's true, in a million years I would. What I would say is, Wendy, the Victoria's Secret model, I wouldn't have you set me up with if she was 37. But that's just, it's a double standard, but that's fine. And she knows about double standards in life. It is what it is. So all I can say is, like, when I talk to her and I put it in those terms, she gets it. She gets it. But, you know, obviously it doesn't help that she's got these fucking friends tell her that you deserve the Superman with
these
some
fucking
guy.
friends always giving their fucking advice. Don't you know that we control our life?
A doctor who's single, who's just dying to take over.
So Charlie and Donna like control Wendy.
Kids who aren't his. Like, and there's tons of very wealthy, successful, young, good-looking guys want to take her because nothing's more fun than having a 6-year-old fart in your face while you're trying to talk to your girlfriend when you get home from work. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Only someone like him who's got 3 boys, who knows what it's like, could understand it, and doesn't bother them.
Yeah, and it's not only that. Let me give you an example. Ted Berman. You remember little fucking Rod had that crazy mom lived on the other street? The lawyer.
No, of course.
Okay. Ted Berman got divorced with his wife. He's engaged now. I told you about that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he took a whole bunch of people. He took, Warren Sapp, football player. Yeah. He took Warren Sapp, Javon First, a whole bunch of his friends, like paid for everybody for like 20 people to go for the weekend to Atlanta. We'll go there and spend like $50,000. So his wife ended up sleeping with Javon First. So anyway, so he's engaged now to a new girl. He's known forever. Okay. He has 3 kids. I'm in that age group. I don't know what. And I'm wondering if 2 at what. It's not, I mean, yes, your kids are a blessing to you, they're worse than somebody else.
Yeah,
like, I mean, listen, do I look like the kind of guy that wants to come home from work and talk to like a 37-year-old girlfriend while her kid farts in my face? No, they're my nephews, I love them. But as far as dating someone, hell no. I want to go ahead and tell my girlfriend, listen, let's go away for the weekend. What time can you get off next Friday? Okay, I don't want to go like, oh, we got to deal with, can we get the in-laws to watch them? What's their schedule look like? It's not just Wendy. It's Wendy and the 3 boys. It's 3 people you're dealing with. So you can't, and you can. Trust me, I know what to say.
I know you can.
I mean, and and a part of me is because you know what? Someone gets handed a golden opportunity.
And that, you know what? That's what she has to hear. Sometimes you get the gold ring, and you two, I don't know what she's going to hit herself up in the ass.
Because she has everyone telling her that she's such a great catch. She is. But they're not. But guess what?
They're not living her life.
They're not living her life, and they're not breaking it down and saying who's, and listen, the guy who may treat her really well just may never really bond with the kid. Like, there's so many aspects to it. So, these great guys who doesn't really do anything with their kids. What are you going to do? Kick him out too?
this guy not only was crazy about her, but crazy about his beliefs. And he treats her, and that's what.
That's why. Because the truth is, show me that she can be a great guy. Yeah, those aren't his boys. She just doesn't like him. What is she gonna do? Get rid of him? He may treat her well. But he's like okay with the kids.
Tolerate the kids. He'll put up with them.
I put up with them, whatever. And then what if they're real nice to the boys on day one, but you know, 3 years down the road, he's pretty much had enough of them. Right? You know, they're going through a tough time. I mean, I'm just saying.
What you know that she's been given an opportunity that she most likely will never happen again. And she's throwing it away. She's not only throwing it away for herself, she's throwing it away for these kids that they hear again.
But we don't understand. You could never say that to her. Oh, man, it was the
I could. I know.
You can say anything you want. It's America. I can tell you the end of the cup. I could. You can tell me the beginning.
If you were here, that's what I would do.
Yeah, you fuck it up good. Yeah, you fuck it up good and go, I tried. you would get 30 seconds into your planned speech before she told you to butt out of her life. And rightfully so, it's her life. She can tell you whatever she wants. But the difference is that I can talk to her differently.
I know.
Gabby, what's up?
Believe me, and I'm grateful that you do. I really am. You know that.
Thanks for popping in.
You know that.
Trust me, I know. I mean, listen, she's doing great, but that considering everything she's been through, I would just like.
You know what? She's your sister. She loves you. She's a good sister, and you're an amazing brother. And I'm just grateful that two of you have each other. I really am.
Well, I am too. But I just.
I really am, and I appreciate what you do because.
I know.
Who else is going to do it? Who else is going to say, "Hey, wake up"? You know, this is not only the purpose I for you, but it's for God to use me. Thank God.
Listen, most people don't ever get an opportunity like this to begin with. Like to begin with.
I'm shocked that you don't.
Because the truth, and that's what I did. Listen, Mom.
Listen, Mom.
And I'm going to head. I mean it. I'm going to speak up.
Trust me, Mom.
These two talk themselves into federal prison. How insane.
As much as you feel like knocking her over the head, I feel like punching her and then knocking her over the head.
Oh my God. He's shaking his head yes right now?
So,
Jesus Christ, he's an idiot even in court here.
To her, and I will do my best, which will. My best is very good.
This is going off.
And you gotta understand that the way I'll tell her too is like, Wendy, she loves Jess. I think Jess is awesome. Jess will be a great friend to me. And I talk to Jess all the time. Wendy, I wouldn't meet Jess in a million years because she's 37 and she has no kids.
She's desperately wants children.
She's 37.
I said, but she has to. I go, but
me with a 37-year-old.
So. It's like you winning the lotto and saying, I'll never win the lotto again. That's not true. You still have a 1 in 14 million chance. Jesus. That's like, I'm not going to take that from you. You can get out there and buy another ticket and win the lotto.
Right, so just to clarify, this
what
call
a douchebag.
Oh, I guess I gotta wait for
Just normally him talking.
This call happens 2 years after Dan Markell's death.
That's correct.
Okay, 2 years after Dan's death, okay.
Did Wendy end up marrying Dave?
No, she didn't.
All right, what about, so we talked about the meddling in her financial decisions, her love life. What about her career? Do they talk about that as well?
They do.
And I'm referring to Donna Adelson and the defendant discussing
Wendy's secretly happy they're gone as much as they meddled into her life. She's probably like, wow, I can date and do whatever I want now.
Since career decisions.
That's correct.
All right. Are you familiar with call 2873, also here on Exhibit 130?
Yes.
All right. And was that call made on May 3rd, 2016 at 7:53 p.m.?
That sounds correct.
All right. Permission to publish this call, Your Honor?
You may.
708.
All the stuff in this room And what you just said on
I don't know if I told you this. I got Wendy to accept that job with Walt.
with who?
She told me she was going to accept, like after I got done murdering around the walk with her, she said she was going to accept that job. She was thinking about not taking it.
I think was it not what she wants, but it's only about.
But I said, Wendy, first of all, there's no time frame on it.
Right.
And if you change your mind, you change your mind. So, but you'll pick up skills you don't have.
Right.
And basically, now's not the time to just show and be a guidance counselor at Miami. Like, you're way overqualified.
I should take that hired, anyway, because there's nothing there.
No, they offered her a job at UM. The dean called her up at UM.
Oh, she didn't tell me that.
Yeah, but it would have been basically like as a...
Yeah, she's not qualified to be a guidance counselor.
Not a guidance counselor, an advisor or whatever it was. Like, she's like, no, it's basically it would have been brainless work for her. She said, the way she said it, she said even the dean called her up to ask her to take the job. But the thing is, like, Wendy, you have to get as much skill as you can now. If this is a skill you just got done telling me you don't really know how to do, now's the time to go learn that skill, not later.
Right.
Like, you need to learn it. So at least you can learn it until you don't like it. You can learn it. You can make a bunch of money. That's the whole thing, is that she can, I'm like, Wendy, then you might as well do it to see if you even like it. She's like, well, it's not really what I like. Like,
but she's never done it.
Right, but you've never done it. So you really don't know until it's like dentistry. Until you practice dentistry, you don't really know what it's like.
Exactly.
So I got her to do that, and the other thing I was going to tell you is she asked me if Dave could come to the house for Mother's Day.
Oh, she asked you?
Yeah, if I would mind, and I said, of course I mind, don't bring him. I told her,
where did she ask
bring
you
him.
that?
She texted me the other day, and I said, yeah, bring him, the more the merrier.
Why not? It's fun.
Yeah, I don't care.
Listen, I wouldn't care if you take the kids and her and Dave on the boat for an hour. And like a pool, just to help.
Whatever we do. But yeah, no, I told her, of course, bring him. I mean, I'm sure you'd rather him her to spend the day with him than you anyway. That's the best Mother's Day present you could have given me. Could spend the day with him.
You know what? And that's like, I'm happy, as you know, I'm super happy.
Oh yeah, no, I thought that would that'd be your best Mother's Day present this year. Wendy wants to bring Dave.
Yeah.
She's developing a brain.
She's developing a brain, that's right. And you know what? I have to walk away from the team. And if you want, then they're both boys. They're not very good at fucking kissing, and it always looks like you feel bad. There's some of your boys are just not the way girls are. Girls are no kisses. So I said to her, then I said, people who love you are going to kiss. And so that's what Daddy and Grandpa always wanted to hug and kiss. And he said, I always do that with my mommy and daddy, and I do that with my children, and I do that with the grandchildren. So he said, yeah, it's like Dave and Mommy. They're hugging and kissing all the time because they love each other. And I said, yeah, I guess so. So, you can never find anything in front of you.
No.
What's going to happen now? So you're going to have to tell you everything.
Yeah, it's hard to hear.
No, that's great. I mean,
Like she's whispering.
Wendy just doesn't
What the fuck?
comprehend at all how lucky she is.
What's up, Austin? Welcome in.
It doesn't register in her
You're forgiven, my child.
head how lucky she is at all. No, but not even nothing. It's just, which is great. But at least she doesn't see herself as a victim anymore, which is great too.
I'm just happy to hear that she's spending more and more time with things. That's good.
Yeah, no, so she's
And it's something hard.
Jesus.
All right, let's move on to the bump. Was the bump on April 19th, 2016?
Correct.
What time of day was the bump?
Morning.
believe it was around 145, 150.
We're
somewhere.
deep in a video currently if you're just walking in between the bump and the wiretaps and all the calls here. We got 6 hours of this. It is in 1.5 speed, so it's going by pretty quickly.
Around there.
Okay, in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, yes.
Were you involved in that operation?
Yes, I was.
What was your role?
I was the lead agent. Came up with brought the undercover down there, and I coordinated everything.
Okay. What was the purpose of the bump?
The purpose was we had just began the Title III on the individuals, and we knew it had been 2 years after the homicide, and we wanted to purport the undercover agent to pretend to be somebody that Luis Rivera knew. Luis Rivera was currently in prison at the time, had been in jail, was in prison, and we wanted to make it seem that Luis Rivera was talking to people and telling people what he had done, and possibly even want more money out of it because his family was struggling because he was in prison.
Why did you select Donna Adelson to be the recipient of this bump?
Because we noticed the pattern of calls leading up to the murder.
Notice that she's a fucking moron.
Around the time of the murder, the calls were always Donna Adelson to Charlie Adelson to Catherine Magbanwa to Sigfredo Garcia, and then back. It was always going back and forth pretty much in that order. So we wanted to start it on one end and see what would happen, see if it would travel that same line of people.
All right, Judge, at this time I'd like to publish States 105, the bump video.
You may proceed.
Black choice. What is it?
Oh my God.
Pause it for just a moment. All right, so on the left side of the screen, we've got two different things going on here. Can you explain what we're looking at?
Yes, on the left side is a body recorder that the undercover agent was wearing, and it has video and audio on it. So what you're hearing is audio coming from the undercover agent and his video. On the right side is a separate video taken from surveillance agents that were in the area watching.
All right, so the woman we're seeing on the stairs here, is that Donna Adelson?
It is, and she's exiting the Icon, which is on South Beach, her condominium. That's the stairs coming from her condominium toward the street.
Bitch living large, son.
Okay, bud. Excuse me, Mrs. Adelson? How you doing? Just want to give you this. Listen. No, don't be scared. Listen, just want to let you know that you know that your family has been taking care of Amy and Luto for quite some time after your problem of blood has been resolved. And I want to let you know that my brother, he's incarcerated. He helped your family with this problem you guys had up north. And we want to make sure that he's going through some rough times. We want to make sure that you take care of what he's going through, the way you're taking care of Katie and Tuba. Well, this will explain it. Thank you.
Please don't be scared. Yeah, that'd be intense to do, though. No way I could do that. It's like I'm getting the hell out of here. Bump-a-da-bump-bump-bump. Oh, thank you. Have a nice day. They're gonna follow her to making the phone call.
does Mrs. Adelson go after the conclusion of the bump?
She goes into the elementary school there, to the door to the right, goes inside and retrieves the children, and then goes back to the icon back across the street.
And are those Wendy and Dan Markell's children?
Yes, they are.
So they're in school just literally less than a block over?
Right across the street from where she lives.
Okay. And when the undercover bump Mrs. Adelson, does she know how to cell phone on her person?
We don't know that.
Okay, but you didn't take one out and make a phone call?
She did not.
All right. When is her first phone call after the bump?
After she goes back into the icon.
Okay. And the undercover references a name, Katie, actually two names, Katie and Tuto. Was there a strategic reason why the name Katie was used?
Yes, there was.
Could you tell us what that was?
Yeah, basically, we believe that the Adelson family had been already in the public limelight because of the bad divorce. We believe they possibly could be.
Let me back you up. Because of a bad divorce, they're in the limelight, or under suspicion for this murder?
Under suspicion for the murder because of the bad divorce.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, and then so we felt like Katie couldn't. We felt like Katie's name had to be put in there to let them know that it wasn't a random person just trying to come and extort them. That it had some legitimacy to it because the person actually was in prison. He's the one who did commit the murder, and he was the one that we wanted to portray that he was providing information to other people about the homicide.
And who is the first person that Donna Adelson calls after this bump?
Charlie Adelson.
Judge, at this time, I'd ask to introduce
Here's another one.
124. This is a wire call summary that I've created to assist the jurors in following along with these wire calls.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
124 is admitted at this time.
Judge, I've marked one copy for evidence. Would it be permissible to pass out copies so everyone can follow along?
Please show them to the defense, but yes.
Yes, sir. Judge, for the jury's purposes, will they be able to make notes on this and take it with them, or do they need to make their notes separately?
Defense have any objection to the jurors writing on the summary and taking it with?
All right. At this time, Your Honor, I will ask to publish what's marked as called A on the. Have I introduced this? Introduce the wire calls, and so
108 of
we'd like to publish at this time.
Very near future, I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
Okay.
Did someone write a letter to you or something?
I've got some paperwork. Hand delivered to me.
You're being sued?
No, that's what I thought it was, but I'm going to instruct you.
Okay.
Okay, so, I'm going to have to figure out something. You can tell us wherever you are.
Well, I'm in Mitch Klein's office. I'm in Park Boulevard.
Okay.
So I'm right now in the Skyline showing a copy of his office in the afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, the boys have finished their, PLS and we're on the porch and the traffic and they take a ride with them up there.
Did Dad know about this?
The dad at work today, fortunately.
What's, IRS?
You know, those IRS people that kind of bother you sometimes, but, fortunately not now. Okay, so I will talk to you.
I got you. I don't got anything.
I'm going to have to drive up that way. Okay.
Does Wendy know that? Is it about Wendy?
No. So let me just talk to you later, and
What is it? Is everyone's health okay?
Yeah.
All right. Does it involve me or other people?
Probably both of them.
What's that?
Probably the two of them. So you probably have a general idea what I'm talking about. So let's just find some time to talk to each other.
He's like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
You didn't take his word up there?
When he doesn't come home, he doesn't get here till about 7 when Dad gets here.
So it's where did you talk to me today?
Me or tomorrow, and it's important.
All right. Well, I'll be up at Mitch Klein's office. You want to come up? Oh yeah, so really like.
I'm just concerned that I would have to get up there and get back in time for Wendy to get them. Sometimes she gets out a little early. I didn't want her to come in and out.
Can I ask you a question? Who's the paperwork type of?
I see them. That's great. I was touching with Kim's hands with hers.
Use the bathroom. Be right back.
Did you use it rank? Was it anonymous or?
Oh no, not anonymous. Not anonymous. I just don't want to discuss it on this phone.
All right, whatever it is, it is. I mean, it's silly, but if you want,
I wouldn't bother you. Trust me.
Yeah, no. Do you want me to come down to see you tomorrow? I have to get the day off.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Dad actually starts later tomorrow. You know, he goes in at 1 o'clock. We both work out at the gym from 9:30 to 10:30. So
whatever it is, I'll take a look at the paperwork.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the IRS, but
I just would like you to review it and give me some input as to what your thoughts are.
All right.
Okay. So come down tomorrow. Dad leaves at 12, so anytime after 12 would be good.
12 tomorrow.
Yeah, he leaves at 12, he starts at 1 more, so 12, 12:15.
All right, I'll come down in the afternoon. We have to hang out with you and see how they see.
That would be great.
Perfect. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Love you, honey. Bye.
All right, so we've got, seems like we're picking up mid-stride there a little bit, like we might have missed the first couple words. Can you explain if that's true and why that is?
Yeah, it could have been a couple reasons. Technology missed it, or it could have been that the officer picked it up and hit the record button a little bit late, just after a few seconds.
All right, and in this call, does Donna Adelson, I mean, the thing she was handed is State's Exhibit 78, right?
That's correct.
Does she ever mention to the defendant even the name Dan Markel?
No, she does not.
Danny?
No.
Jibbers?
No.
All right, we've established that the undercover did say the name Katie to Donna Adelson.
Correct.
Does Donna Adelson say the name Katie to the defendant?
No, she doesn't.
What does she say?
She says girlfriend.
Who does she say this matter involves? Not Wendy, right?
Right, not Wendy. The
Who
two
does
of them.
she say?
The two of them.
The two of us?
Two of us.
Meaning herself and Charlie Adelson?
That's correct.
Is there another call where the defendant calls Mrs. Adelson back shortly after this?
Yes,
And is that the next call on the wire?
it is.
How long after the first call is this call that we're about to hear called B?
From my memory, a few minutes. I mean, I could look.
You
30
can
minutes.
look on the wire call summary in front of you.
2:09. It was 5 minutes. The call we just listened to was 5 minutes long. A little over 5 minutes. This call's at 2:35.
Okay, so less than half an hour.
Correct.
All right, publish B, please.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Good. Is it me not paying the sun pass? I'm just kidding. No, listen, what was I going to say? Do you mind paying my Brown & Brown insurance?
No, it's fine.
Okay. because I'm going to just stick with the same company. Yeah, but the thing is this, if you stay with the same company for 3 years, they can then try to bump you down into a lower bracket.
Oh, okay. So it's a good idea to do that.
So I might as well stay with them and then hope that that's actually true, that they can do what they said about putting it in a lower bracket.
Okay. So you want me to call Pam Hall?
Yeah, because I told her that my mom would call her because she's handles like that stuff at the office.
Okay.
And then just send them a check. Because they have to have it before, I want to say 29th or something.
Okay.
So I'm looking at it. And then do that. And listen, whatever it is, whatever someone sent you, I wouldn't worry too much about anything.
Okay.
I mean, so someone can write whatever they want to write, someone can say whatever they want to say. I'm not worried.
Okay.
Was it another bad review on Yelp?
There's reviews come in. Sometimes they are bad reviews. This is a particularly bad one. So,
So I'm not being sued.
No.
Okay. All right. Honestly, it's whatever it is, and I wouldn't just judging from what you're making it sound like. I wouldn't stress about too much.
Okay. That's not enough.
Yeah. Listen, people can always write. People can always say anything they want.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. If someone says you're a bad dentist, it doesn't mean you're a bad dentist. So. But anyway, I will. I'll definitely come down. It actually works out perfectly.
Can't stop
to have the
fucking
day off.
talking.
Okay. Take me out to dinner, so make sure you bring cash with you.
All right.
Okay?
Do I need to bring cash?
Yeah, if you take me out to dinner, then I can really that's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah. Was this? I should bring cash. I don't have much cash to bring.
Yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
I'll see if I have money to do.
Open the safe.
See what I have here. Okay.
Was it? Can I ask you? Is someone blackmailing you?
Well, it's always a good possibility.
You think someone's trying to blackmail you?
Maybe. Could be.
Jesus, they're terrible.
Oh, that's crazy. Is there
dude?
I don't know what blackmail is for, but is there any way I could see you? You can't come up here at all.
It's going to be difficult because they don't finish the temperatures shouldn't leave till about 4:15, and even if I came up there and got there a little after, it would be 5:15. It would be tough to, necessarily get back here in time for them to pick them up.
Was this? Can I just ask you this? Is this anything government related, or is this like Black Job writing a letter to you?
Bro.
Like who?
Is it like a whack job writing a letter to you, or is this government related?
No, I don't know if it's government related.
So it's not government or military or anything like that?
No.
Who is the letter addressed to?
Me.
To you?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did it have a? Do you know who sent it to you?
He can't stop himself. Such a smart criminal.
Let's talk later.
She's a little bit better, honestly. Like, shut the fuck up, she's been saying, and without actually saying it.
I will definitely, I just don't know if I'm going to get back here in time for Wendy. I don't know how to Wendy from here.
Is it, so whoever sent you a letter sent you an anonymous letter?
It's not really anonymous.
Did they sign it?
It's hand-delivered thing.
So someone showed up, was it like by a process server?
That's what I did was.
It wasn't.
No.
Where did they come to you?
Oh my god.
When I walked out of the building, and I make a right, and I go past both drivers at the icon.
Right.
And I'm on the sidewalk, and I'm about 5 feet from pressing the button so that I could cross the street to pick up the boys this afternoon.
Right.
And just as I got on the sidewalk. Yeah. Okay, sweetie, so let's stay right here then, okay? Let's stay right here. I'll look on the computer and then finish it, okay? Yeah, it's amazing. Somebody knew exactly where I was. Called me by name.
And he came over and handed you, was it a young guy, an old guy?
I'd say probably mid-30s. I wouldn't forget that face.
Really?
Yeah. Shani, I can locate a tent to go to.
You already know everything, basically, now. I've said it all.
Alright.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you have to get into stuff with insurance. I mean, it's crazy that someone handed you a letter like that. I mean, I don't know.
I think we better just keep it, tomorrow.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Is the person like threatening you or anything?
Oh my god.
You never know how to interpret these things. So, let's not worry, and let's meet tomorrow. I think that's better. Let's meet tomorrow afternoon.
Alright, let me ask you this. Do you want to take a picture of the letter and send me what someone sent you?
No.
So it wasn't the government or the military or somebody, it was just some random person.
Oh my god. Hang up the phone, Donna.
How long was the letter?
It was just a copy of an article. It's not what's written on the letter. It's what's written on the copy of that letter.
Is the person threatening you?
I don't think we should.
Alright. I mean, it's kind of thing, if there's a threat, you go to the police.
Yeah, but, yeah.
You probably can't go to the police, Charlie.
Well, I don't mean it's, people threaten, you gotta go to the police, but let me see what it is, let me see what nonsense it is first. It won't be the first time I've been threatened. But
I'd like you to just see what you think.
I'd like you to shut the fuck up.
Right here, right up here. So let's do that. Let's make it, 12:20, 12:30 tomorrow. That would be ideal. Okay?
Okay. You got it.
Come down, you'll play with the boys a little bit, okay?
Alright, yeah, no, come down, I'll see you, I'll play with the boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
if it's something serious, I'm gonna recommend going to the police, so.
Oh, no, I know. That's what I'm supposed to do.
So, alright, sounds good.
Let's talk tomorrow, okay?
Alright, you got it, love you.
Love you.
Wow. Good God.
Does Mrs. Adelson mention Dan Martel in this call?
No, she doesn't.
There's mention of going to the police. If
I'd like to see
there was
Charlie's
a threat,
face.
we're going to go to the police. Did anybody go to the police?
No.
And again, does Mrs. Adelson in this call ever mention the name Katie or Catherine Magbanua?
No, she doesn't.
Who is the first person that... Oh, I'm sorry. We've got one more call between... does the defendant call Donna back one more time?
He does.
All right. And is this the same date?
It is.
Oh my
Okay.
God,
What
he
time
calls
does
right
this
back?
third call happen?
It happened about 3 o'clock, about 15 minutes after the last call.
All right. Have a C, please.
Another one.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, sorry about that. Quick question for you. One thing I was going to tell you is obviously don't talk about things in the apartment or any place.
Oh, obviously.
The other thing is, was the person black, white, Hispanic?
What?
And they just came up to you and they said your name and they handed you a piece of paper?
No, no, didn't have it all the way. First to me for a while, and then handed it to me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And they wearing hat, sunglasses, or?
No, nothing. Nothing.
Wasn't he wearing sunglasses, or am I crazy?
What's that?
You could describe them to a T. No, nothing.
Was the person nervous, or were they angry, or?
No, calm as could be. totally calm.
That's really crazy. Are they trying to ask for money or something?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, this
If
is
someone's trying to- I mean,
crazy.
listen, if it's something like that, it sounds probably like
He starts out the call with, you know not to talk in the apartment or anywhere. And she's like, yeah, obviously. Let's just continue to talk a lot on this call instead of when we could meet face to face in an unbugged environment, we think. Jesus.
go to the police, but
I may have to, but I'd rather.
But it doesn't them well to watch Sopranos. You go out into the middle of fucking nowhere, as you get out of your car, there's a waterfall, there's water rushing, there's some kind of background noise, and you have your conversation.
You first, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't, there's scumbags out there all the time that try to do stuff like that.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So
That's why I just won't be there. See, because I don't want, not your father upset. So,
don't say anything to Dad and Dad take a look at it. If Dad flies off
absolutely. Absolutely.
on everything.
That's why I suggested after he goes to work tomorrow.
Did the person give you any kind of like time frame or anything?
No.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
clear. It's clear what's one person.
What is it? Can I just ask you, what do they ask for?
I don't know. This TV is probably about 5.
Oh my god.
They ask you for $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
You're not being sly here. What the fuck?
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mentioned, like an ex-girlfriend. Hi, Sandra. Come on in. Good. How are you? Okay.
That's crazy. Let me take a look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll go from there.
Okay. Lincoln's going first. Okay, do that one. Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. Let me take a look, and then I'll
If you wanted to go to dinner, we'll see where we go.
She's trying to get a dinner out of it. She's like, you could take me to dinner, we could have a nice meal because we're going to fucking prison soon and it's all coming down. It's all over.
Yeah, I'll go down in the afternoon, and I'll take a look at whatever whatever someone said.
We'll go for a walk on the beach or something. It's going to be nice and small.
All right.
That's what you should have done to begin with. Between the two of you.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Love you too, honey. Bye-bye. Yes.
In this call, does the defendant tell his mother, obviously, don't talk about things in the apartment or anything?
Terrible.
What is the significance to your
Jesus.
investigation of the reference to a TV? This TV is probably about 5.
He had made statements. Like Wendy Adelson made a statement that he had offered to have a hitman hired early on, but that it would be cheaper to have a TV, to buy a TV as a divorce present.
All right, and what about the use of the word 5? This TV is probably about 5.
And the 5,000 is what was written on the paper that the undercover had provided.
All right, in this call, was an ex-girlfriend mentioned? Or the term ex-girlfriend?
Yes, the term ex-girlfriend.
Okay. Was it ever said up to this point, whose ex-girlfriend?
No.
The name Katie or Catherine McVanois at all?
No.
And does the defendant, in this case, has evidence revealed he has a lot of ex-girlfriends?
That's correct.
Who is the next person that he calls after these? We've got 3 calls with his mother.
Catherine McVanois.
Publish D, please.
Oh, wow. We get another one here.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? All right. You someplace you can talk to me?
So what?
Are you any place that you can talk to me?
You can talk to me now.
What's that?
Just talk right now. Just talk.
Okay, can you go someplace where it's not loud when I'm talking to you?
I can't. This is like loud. Like I can't.
Okay, I'm trying to walk outside and talk to you right now. I can't even fucking get outside. Oh, please, let it on. All right.
So this is right after the calls with Donna.
Hang on, okay. Listen to me, I'll be able to talk to you in person when I see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
but my mom walked the kids. Everything is part of the story,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go down there and talk to her tomorrow to find out what's going on.
Okay.
She didn't want to elaborate. But
You pretty much know everything. Let's be honest.
said that someone approached her on the street, called her by name,
Mm-hmm.
handed her an envelope with something in it,
Yeah.
and somebody was. She really wouldn't go into detail. I have no idea what this is in reference to, but something regarding her son, something regarding his ex-girlfriend, and the person asking my mom for some money.
What?
Yeah. So I said, well, yeah. I'm like, first what she was saying, I thought it was like something involving
Idiots,
the IRS or a payment or something like that. So I don't even know what the fuck it's about at all.
So somebody just like bumped into your mom like that?
Well, they came up to her on the street after she dropped the kids off at school. I guess she's going to school. I don't even know. But they must know her routine and must know who she is.
Yeah.
They walked up to her. They called her by name. They handed her an envelope. She said they spoke to her for a few minutes. And then she said they were making reference to my ex-girlfriend, which I have no fucking clue what that's about.
Yeah.
And then they explained that they needed to be paid some money.
For what?
I already know his mom didn't even want to talk to me on the phone. But
like, did she see the person? Was she like, you should have like,
oh yeah,
asked her something?
that's what I said. If someone's going to try to blackmail you or something.
Exactly, right,
Right.
running you like that.
I said, you got to go straight to the police. She's like, I don't even know what this is about. I don't want to talk about it. I go, well, take a picture and send me where it is. She's like, I just want to see it in person. So I'm going to go there. I can't even go there today because I won't get out of work until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So she's like, just.
So is this like stalking your mom?
I don't even fucking know. I don't know what's going on, what my mom's involved. I mean, you didn't do anything with my mom. I mean, yeah.
This is what I do with my mom.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking. I don't know what.
No, but
Who said anything? Who said I did anything wrong?
I feel sorry for your mom. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, I don't
Just
know.
random person, like, just going up to your mom like, hello.
Yeah, and my mom said it involved your ex-girlfriend, so I don't even think she said who. I'm just like, you're my last girlfriend, so that's why I'm calling you.
Well, also she mentioned TV, and we know what we did here between us. All right, let's not.
What do you think they wouldn't want from her?
I have no idea. So anyway, I'm gonna find out. Well, they wanted money.
I know exactly. Did she tell you? Like, what?
Yeah, she was just kind of like a little bit rattled and with the kids, and was like, listen, just she has the day off tomorrow, so she's like, come down and talk to me. So I'm going down tomorrow to talk to her, and then I don't remember if it had anything to do with you. If they were mentioning you or any reference to you, I'll keep you posted.
What about me? You have like
I don't know.
a girlfriend.
Well, we'll talk. It could be anything, so I just assume that.
Exactly.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I may want to see you tomorrow if it does have anything to do with you. If it doesn't, then I feel like a fucking idiot for even bothering wasting your time. But if it
I
does,
would feel bad for your mom. Like, what the hell? Like, if that was me, would have like called me right away. Like,
I know. I said, Mom, was the guy wearing glasses? Mom's like, no, I could pick the person out of line in a second. They came over to me. They spoke to me very politely. There was a white male in the 30s. No hat, no glasses. Just a white male in the 30s. Came up there, knew who she was, and addressed her. So, but anyway, neither here nor there. I feel like an idiot if it was some other act. But anyway.
Yeah, did you have any fight with anybody around the house or something?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I should just be calling everybody today.
No, yeah, we should try to find out.
I thought when I spoke to my mom, she said it involved, they mentioned your name in it. That's why I was calling you, but I'm going to feel like an idiot.
He's such an idiot.
So, anyway, are you working tomorrow? What's your story?
Yeah, but you can always talk by over there. Doesn't matter.
All right. What time do you finish work?
Thank you. All right, let me know.
What time do you finish work tomorrow?
Oh, what's the matter? Well, like I told him like I'm usually between like 9:30 to 2. You want me to get up? Okay.
What?
Anytime between 9:30 to like 3-ish, 4-ish. It depends.
Okay.
How long it is. Like today I was like super like crazy.
Okay, I gotta get back in there. I'm gonna be in Miami, and when I'm done hanging out down there, I'm gonna talk to you. Okay?
Yeah, I'm like right there as well.
So figure somewhere around 4-ish, I'll see you.
Okay.
All right. No worries, you know.
All right.
All right. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later.
Lots of worries.
In
Lots
this
of
call,
worries.
we hear Charlie Adelson say that the undercover mentioned something about her son, meaning that the undercover mentioned something about him. Did the undercover mention anything about Charlie Adelson?
No.
Anything about Charlie Adelson's ex-girlfriend?
No, not in those words.
He did say the name Katie and
Correct.
Tuto, correct?
Correct.
But didn't specify your son's ex-girlfriend, anything like that.
That's correct.
In this call, we hear the defendant stating that Catherine McDaniel was his last ex-girlfriend, and that's why he's calling her. Is it true, based on the evidence that was collected in this case, that Catherine McDaniel was in fact his last ex-girlfriend?
No.
Okay, so he had other girlfriends in between Catherine McDaniel and the bunk,
That's correct.
including who?
Whitney Kick.
Okay. Did he call Whitney Kick at all on the wire?
No.
Did he ever call any other ex-girlfriends other than Catherine McDaniel about this matter?
Not about this matter, no.
We
All right,
all
I wanna
know.
go to the next day, April 20th, 2016. Do we have a meeting that occurs that day?
We did.
All right, and Charlie and Donna have discussed we're going to meet in person. We don't want to talk on the phone. Did that meeting take place on April 20th?
It did.
Where did that meeting take place?
It started inside their building, but they walked out the back of the building of the Icon, where Mrs. Adelson lives. They walked out the back of it and then walked down the sidewalk, which is a marina right on the water of South Beach. There's a marina right behind their building. They walked down that sidewalk along the water, and there was a restaurant just down from their condo, and they stopped behind that restaurant at a little table and sat at the table right by the water.
Is that restaurant Monty's on South Beach?
That's correct.
What time of day did this meeting occur at Monty's?
Approximately 1 p.m.
How long was the meeting?
About 30 minutes.
Were you present for the meeting?
I was.
And can you describe sort of their demeanor or what they were doing at the meeting?
They walked very closely to each other, went and sat kind of next to each other. There's a little round concrete table. They sat next to each other, and they were kind of leaning in, intently talking to each other, very low voices.
Were there any attempts made to record what was being said at that meeting?
Yes, we did try to record it.
Okay.
This is one
What
that's
were
terrible,
the results of those attempts?
We were not able to get close enough to them. They were isolated across the sidewalk next to the water. We weren't able to get close enough to them to be able to capture any audible conversations.
How close did agents get? Did they have bags similar to the ones that were previously described, like recording devices in bags?
There were recording devices in bags, yes. And we were able to get, I think the closest we were able to get is maybe 20 feet from them.
And what is the recording that was the expert that we heard from earlier, Magdal, being able to get any audible words out of that recording?
Not that I can say.
Was there a photograph taken at this meeting?
Yes, I took a photograph.
Both at this time and the states that before.
Any objection?
No objection.
Page 54 is admitted.
Permission published.
You may.
Once this meeting concluded, what is the next phone call that occurs on the wire?
Charlie Adelson calls Catherine McDaniel.
And
Dude, being taking pictures of while they're meeting. Look at this.
what time did that call occur?
Can I refer to them?
You may.
It occurred at 3:14 p.m.
Okay, and in this call, are they just giving directions to each other to meet up?
That's correct.
Meeting?
It is.
Okay, what is Dolce?
Dolce was a pizza sandwich shop. They was next to her business where she worked. It was in a shopping center. They met first in a car, and then they walked into Dolce and sat inside of the restaurant and talked.
Right, and we've heard about the efforts to record the meeting as well as the clarification.
Okay.
Was the clarification that McElveen did put onto the Mo Better video that came from the other recording device in the restaurant?
That's correct.
Okay. And have we also got, for demonstrative purposes, the transcript that will play along with this recording and audio?
Yes.
All right, Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence that composite exhibit 111.
Any objection to 111?
Now, I do have two separate exhibits, Your Honor. I have 111 with a star, which is our demonstrative. We can call that 111A or demonstrative D, whatever's Your Honor's preference.
Just make sure it's marked as demonstrative.
Yes, sir. And then we've got 111, which does not have the transcript included.
Right, Mr. Rauschbaum.
No objection other than our prior objections.
Very well. 111 will be admitted at this time. We'll also give the instructions of the state and defense desire concerning these recordings as well.
Yes, sir. This is about a 40 to 45 minute recording. So for your planning purposes, we can
All right, we'll probably
do that and
pause
then break for
this
the day,
and do
or we
this
can
for
whatever you want to
Tuesday.
We'll break for the day then after it's published.
Okay.
Members of the jury, you are about to view
We're
a
gonna
video
break for the day
recording.
too.
I'm going to instruct you that the subjects shown were speaking before the recording starts, and certain portions of the recording
Great morning,
are
though.
inaudible.
Glad everyone hung out
Like
with
other
me.
recordings, you may determine this recording's
Yeah,
context.
we will get
or
into
lack
this
thereof
recording
based on what you are
Tuesday
able to
night
hear.
at
I'm going to
8
give you a second
before book
instruction
club.
now concerning the same recording. You are about to hear recorded conversations. These recorded conversations are proper evidence, and you may consider them.
Pause. Yeah, again, thanks everyone for coming through here this morning into the afternoon. Yeah, we watched that earlier, Jamie. After Simi sent that to me, that was insanity. I'm calling that lady an idiot. Yeah, who's the idiot here? I think it's you, sir, especially after these phone calls we just heard with you and Donna, and then even with Katie. But yeah, we're going to start that up, the dinner that they got the recording from on Tuesday night at 8 before book club. Again, thanks everyone for coming through here. Again, I've got a video dropping today, 4:45 Eastern on the Wrestle Plunge channel, and also going live there tonight. And this stream right here will take you into tonight's live. So when you get dropped off to the stream that I'm getting ready to send you to, please, I'd really appreciate it if you could go ahead and give that a like, helping us out. But yeah, the new video that's coming out, just like the previous couple of times, I'm trying to keep this going. I'm going to be giving away a video. And not video, I'm going to be giving away a shirt. So anybody that comments on this new video will be put on this wheel that we will eventually spin. And there's the link. But again, been a super fun morning. I appreciate all you fine folks. And yeah, I'll see you again later if you come back through for Wrestle Plunge at 6. Let's go. Boom. Have a great day.
This verse